Today's game on KFJB-tv is brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Farm Bureau, Agent Austin Illum, Rainbow Car Wash, Laurel Diesel Services, Ken's Transmission, 5-Star Real Estate Group, Brown's Shoe Fit, Calvin Rocket, Effington Heating and Cooling, Lily May Chocolate, Marshalltown YMCA YWCA. On KFJB-tv, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
It's week 9 of the high school football season. Good evening, Bobcat Nation. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside me here tonight as we get you ready to go for week number 9 as the Valley Tigers 3-5 on the season behind Gary Swinson faces off against Adam Goodvin and the 2-6 Marshalltown Bobcats. Coming up on the Bobcat Game Day Live, we'll get the Radio Iowa Scouting Report, plus East and West Marshall previews, and break down the seasons they've had so far, but we'll also break down this one here tonight at Leonard Field. Feels like we've been on the road all season. Finally a nice break to be at home, Dylan, to end the season for the Bobcats.
It really is. Tate Ring last week had one of the best all-purpose games in Bobcat history, really, over 300 yards. This is his final song at Leonard Field here tonight, so it's a beautiful night to be able to come out, celebrate the seniors, see if we can shock the world, because the Valley Tigers are playing some of the best football they've played all year, including last week beating Ankeny 24-23.
You know, I don't watch a ton of NFL, but the last week of the season is always very interesting in the NFL because there's upsets. There's teams trying to make a playoff push, including the Valley Tigers, making one of their own here tonight. A win would be key to get them in late in one of those bottom seats.
They put themselves in such a hole early on that season, but because Iowa High School Athletic Association does an RPI ranking, that allows, because of the quality of teams Valley plays, even if they go to 4-5, they have a shot at getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, Southeast Polk and Dowling to begin your season, never an easy task.
No.
That is for sure, no matter what school you are. Coming up next, it is our Radio Iowa Scouting Report, all presented by your locally owned Rainbow Car Wash with 2 locations in Marshalltown. This is Bobcat Game Day Live. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends at their outdoor patio, Gutter Point, for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. Daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social, South 6th Street, Marshalltown.
On KFJB-tv, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
From Radio Iowa Sports, this is the Scouting Report, an in-depth look at this week's prep and college games. Now from our studios in Des Moines, Todd Kim.
The Hawkeyes look to stay in the driver's seat in the Big Ten West when they host Minnesota. Another rated foe for the Panthers, who host North Dakota, while Drake heads west in the Pioneer Football League. High school football, the playoffs begin in the 4 smallest classes. That and more on the Scouting Report.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
Call it winning ugly or whatever you want, but as Iowa heads towards a much-needed bye week, the Hawkeyes control their own destiny in the Big Ten West after a bruising 15-6 win at Wisconsin. The run game has showed promise the last 2 weeks, but the offense, which is missing its starting quarterback and a pair of all Big Ten caliber tight ends, remains the lowest ranked in the nation. The clowns in the national media continue to make fun of Iowa, but the 24th ranked Hawkeyes don't care. They will continue to rely on defense and special teams as they take a 6-1 record into a game at home against Minnesota.
And our players are smart. They know what's going on. They know where our challenges are. They know, what things looked like in August, what they look like now. But, despite as much everybody wants to predict the future, you can't do that. You just never know how seasons are going to go, what turns are going to be taken, who's going to be in, who's going to be out.
That's Iowa coach Kirk Ferentz. Nobody has seen Iowa's style of play work more than Gopher coach P.J. Fleck. The Hawkeyes have won 8 straight in this series, but 6 have been decided by a touchdown or less, including a 13-10 Iowa win in the Twin Cities last season.
They're very efficient. They don't turn the ball over. Their special teams are a huge factor in how they win. I mean, a huge factor. Their special team doesn't get enough credit. And their defense is one of the best defenses in the country consistently. So they have a formula, and they do it really well.
The Gophers are coming off their bye week and stand 3-3. It's a 2:30 kickoff in Kinnick Stadium. It'll be televised by NBC. Northern Iowa coach Mark Farley says the Panthers need to eliminate mistakes as they get ready to host number 11 North Dakota. The Panthers had 2 interceptions and lost 3 fumbles in a 41-6 loss at top-ranked South Dakota State. North Dakota is 4-2 after a 49-24 victory over in-state rival North Dakota State, and quarterback Tommy Schuster is completing 73% of his passes, and his mobility is an added concern.
He's just elusive. He's a winner, and he's elusive that way that he makes a bad play into a good play. And then when you're solid in your play across the board, when something does get disruptive, he's good enough to get him out of trouble because he's elusive and go make a play out of a bad play.
The Panthers are 3-3 overall. Drake takes a share of the lead in the Pioneer Football League race to the West Coast as they visit the University of San Diego. The Bulldogs are coming off a stunning 52-21 win over PFL favorite St. Thomas in Minnesota and sit 3-0 in the league race. The Bulldogs look to break through in a series that has been dominated by the Toreros.
And we haven't beaten them in 10 years, period. And then I don't think we've beaten them at their place since 2009. So, it's not going to be an easy task by any stretch. It's been a while since we've gotten them.
That's Drake coach Todd Stepsis. San Diego is 1-5, a stunning start for a program that has won 7 PFL titles in the last 9 years. High school football is next on the Scouting Report.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Becks, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Becks, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
The high school playoffs kick off tonight with the round of 32 in the 4 smallest classes. That includes 8-player, where top-ranked Winfield Mountain Union will be at home against Belle Plaine. Winfield Mountain Union senior star Cam Buffington has combined for more than 1,400 yards of rushing and receiving and says as the top-ranked team, the Wolves know they have a target on their back.
I'm getting used to it, and I'm just trying to help my teammates get through it and help them stay calm and through the process. It's something to look forward to too. I mean, everyone doesn't have really this experience of having this target on their backs. I mean, you kind of have to be appreciative of it and just have fun with it.
Also in 8-player tonight, second-ranked Cam Anita is at home against Southeast Warren. Number 3, Remsen St. Mary's plays host to Harris Lake Park. Number 8, Central City's at home against Lansing Key. Key High coach Chad Winters says getting to the playoffs is still an accomplishment in Iowa's largest class of teams.
You look at some of the records in some of the other classes of some of the first-round matchups, and there's a lot of teams that are 2-6, 3-5, 4-4 that are playing, and you look at 8-man and you don't have that. I mean, you need to win. You need to win 5 games to give yourself an opportunity to get in the playoffs, and sometimes that's not enough. Class A tonight, it's top-rated Woodbury Central hosting North Union. Number 2, St. Ansgar is at home against Sibley Ocheyedan, while third-ranked Madrid hosts IKM Manning. In the 1A playoffs, fourth-ranked MFL Marmac is at home against Hudson. The Bulldogs won the title in a loaded District 3. Coach Dan Anderson says Hudson is a tough first-round draw.
I mean, they're 5-3, and there's only 2 teams in the state of Iowa that are 4 seeds that have a winning record, and of course we got one of them. So, I mean, that's all right though. Some people, I've heard some friends, people say, geez, you just keep on stuck with tough teams and state must not like you guys or something. But you know what? That's all right because, keep throwing them at us. It's only making us tough. It's only making us tougher. As long as we win them, we want tough competition, and why stop now?
1A top-ranked Grundy Center is at home against Cascade, while second-ranked Underwood plays host to East Sac County. 2A Cherokee looks for an upset in Harlan against number 6 Carroll Kemper. Kyle Jorgensen has a preview.
This is the first time the Braves have made the playoffs since the 2015 season. Head coach Tony Gunner of the Cherokee Braves.
We had a great practice today. What I'm looking for going into a playoff game, and we're as ready as we're ever going to be.
Ryan Steinkamp of Kemper Catholic talks about the mindset of the Knights throughout the season.
We had a tough non-district schedule, but I think it really helped challenge and prepare us for it. And then, we kind of kept taking after that. We just really focused on, the basics of football, blocking, tackling, hustle, heart, that type of stuff.
The Braves finished 5-3 overall on the season and 4th in their district, and the Knights finished 1st in their district. I'm Kyle Jorgensen reporting for the Radio Iowa Scouting Report.
2A top-ranked Van Meter is at home against Albia, while second-ranked Central Lion George Little Rock hosts Okoboji. This season, Beck's is recognizing student athletes that are not just a star in athletics, but a player that shows heart in school, at work, through the community, and in the ag industry. Violet Bodie of Algona Garrigan High School has been raised on a vegetable farm and has enjoyed helping out at the farmer's market.
And we used to do vegetable boxes that we would deliver around town, and I've kind of just grown up helping with that, and it's been part of my life, and I've seen how that goes. And I really like it. I like working in the garden and on the farm and selling the vegetables, forming relationships with customers. It's really fun.
As a 4-sport athlete, Lily Randall of Tri-County needs to manage her time between school and sports.
Usually we have school and then the sport that's in season, and then if another sport is coming up, it's usually later at night, so there's a lot of late nights involved with that.
Jackson Lindgren of Kingsley Pearson has grown up on a farm and taken on an expanded role.
I do a lot during calving season, like checking cows during night and stuff like that. During harvest, I usually run grain cart and things like that. Now it's harvest and I'm spraying, but I do a lot of different things. I basically know how to run majority of the machines around the farm, so I can do quite a bit.
Wyatt Rosenmeyer of Algona Garrigan enjoys working with the cattle herd and the commitment that comes with it.
That's got to become a priority as soon as you take that over, and you need to do that before you can do anything else. So if you want to go mess off for the day, you better make sure that you have time to do chores. It's pretty much a commitment.
Beck's Players with Heart will wrap up Week 9 after this on the Scouting Report.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Beck's, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Beck's, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
It's the final night of the regular season in the largest 3 classes as the race for the playoffs comes to an end. An automatic playoff bid is at stake in Class 3A District 2 as 8th-ranked Webster City hosts Humboldt. Quinn Douglas has a preview.
The Lynx are coming off of a 47-0 shutout against Algona, where Webster City coach Bob Howard says the weather was perfect for his team's style of football.
And we got ahead quick, and so I think that definitely affected things.
Howard says the strength of this Humboldt team is in its skill position players.
They're very successful in all the other sports as well, and it's for a reason. They've got a lot of athletes and a lot of numbers, and they're well coached.
Humboldt is coming off of their own marquee win last Friday night with a 34-0 shutout of previously undefeated Clear Lake, a performance that Coach Derek Ellman called gritty.
I think early on our kids showed a lot of grit. We were able to get a couple of first downs in our first drive, and then had a punt deep, and we knew it was going to be a field position game all night with just the way the weather was.
Humboldt started the year 2-2, but the gelling of a young offensive line and the return of running back Lance Kuhn has brought success in district play.
Our offensive line, as they started to kind of understand the positions and understand what varsity football is like and start to gel a little bit, that's right when we got Lance back. First game back, he goes over 100 yards, and he's just done an excellent job since. And just shows the kind of impact player Lance is.
Reporting for the Radio Iowa Scouting Report, this is Quinn Douglas.
Also in Class 3A tonight, it's top-ranked Creston visiting Perry. Number 2 Solon is at home against South Tama, while third-ranked Mount Vernon visits Keokuk. After being knocked out of the top spot in 4A last week, 6th-ranked Adel ADM closes the regular season at home against number 5 North Polk. Dre Trotolitzi reports.
After suffering their first district loss against the Indianola Indians, the Tigers find themselves at an important point in their high school football season. This defeat called for a reevaluation of their approach. In head coach Randy Schrader's words,
well, what we really stressed this week with our coaches especially is we need to fix our issues before we move on.
The Tigers recognize the need to depart from their usual philosophy of quickly moving on from previous games. Coach Schrader notes,
I think that's been a problem. We talk about flushing. Previous week's game, got 24 hours and we've got to move on.
This approach was not just a step towards improvement, but a necessity to ensure they remain in the playoff race. The urgency of addressing these errors stems from their upcoming matchup against North Polk. The Tigers are fully aware that this week's rivals will be looking for weak points to exploit.
North Polk's going to try to exploit the same thing that Nolan did.
Their focus is no longer just on moving forward, but on perfecting their execution, aligning their assignments, and eliminating errors before they grow. In conclusion, the Tigers' response to their first district loss is marked by a shift in philosophy. Their dedication to correcting errors and perfecting their execution represents a commitment to continuous improvement, ensuring they remain competitive and focus on their playoff hopes. And there is your high school scouting report on the North Polk Comets taking on the ADM Tigers. In Adel, Dre Trotolitzi, Raccoon Valley Radio Network.
Also in 4A, top-ranked Western Dubuque visits Mason City. It's number 2 Cedar Rapids Xavier at Burlington. Third-ranked Lewis Central is at home against Dallas Center Grimes. And in Class 5A tonight, there's one rated matchup to close the regular season. It finds 5th-ranked Bettendorf at home against number 10 Iowa City High. Top-ranked Southeast Polk hosts Des Moines Lincoln. It's number 2 Dowling Catholic at home against Sioux City North, while third-ranked Pleasant Valley visits Linn-Mar. That's all for the Scouting Report. For Radio Iowa Sports, I'm Todd Kim.
Rainbow Car Wash has been in town over 40 years. New owners Brett and Kim Canaday have been with Rainbow for more than 35 years, focusing on quality, cleanliness, and great customer service. Open 24 hours year-round with 2 convenient locations. Each location has 2 oversized truck bays to accommodate large vehicles. All bays except quarters. And for your convenience, newly installed credit, debit, Apple Pay, and Samsung Pay featuring Swipe or Tap to Pay, powerful vacuums, and a great selection of vending supplies. Follow us on Facebook at Rainbow Car Wash LLC.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
On KFJB-tv, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Back in at Leonard Cole Field in Marshalltown as the Bobcats warming up to take on the Valley Tigers tonight. It is now time to take a look around the Iowa Alliance Conference, all presented by Brown Shoe Fit in Marshalltown. Keeping your eye on a few games tonight, Dylan?
Yeah, I always want to know what's going on the other side of Highway 30. You've got Ames, seeing what they're up to. They're playing Waukee Northwest. Ankeny, who lost close to this Valley team, is taking on Cedar Rapids, Washington. The other couple that I'm looking at, of course, is last week's opponent, Des Moines Lincoln, is hosting Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk with that incredible last-second win against Dowling on a 4th and goal, just reaching over the end line for the score. So just like to look at some of those scores.
Tonight, Ottumwa is on the road at Memorial Stadium, and they are taking on Waterloo West here tonight. Also in action in 5A, Urbandale, Ankeny Centennial, and Iowa City Western Prairie. That'll be an interesting matchup here tonight. Des Moines East takes on Des Moines Roosevelt in other 5A action, and also Ankeny and Cedar Rapids, Washington. That one in Ankeny tonight. We'll keep you updated throughout the night with scoreboard updates thanks to our producer back at the radio studios, Jeffrey Brooks. That is a look around the conference tonight, all brought to you by Brown Shoe Fit with a wide variety of top quality shoes. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Brown Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear. Choose from New Balance, On, Keen, Echo, and much more. Brown Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and European footwear, carrying multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff is available to give you a personalized experience and can find the right shoes for what you need. Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown. With you every step of the way.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Pence Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Pence Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
On KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Bobcats getting ready to take on the Valley Tigers coming up at 7 o'clock tonight from Marshalltown. Now time for our West Marshall preview, all brought to you by Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken in Center. Open Friday through Sunday, 4:30 to 8:30. Well, West Marshall at a record of only 2-6. Got into the playoffs in third place in their district, so they take on the 2 seed, New Hampton, who also didn't win a whole lot this year, 3-5. Both teams getting into the 2A playoffs here tonight.
You get flabbergasted with things. You see this sometimes where under 500 teams get in, but my goodness, it feels like maybe the playoffs board is a little too wide if 2-6 is getting you in.
That is for sure. Carson Davis, the senior quarterback for the West Marshall Trojans, 346 rushing yards, 326 through the air. He has 3 rushing touchdowns. Ben Gonzalez leads rushing yardage for West Marshall, 826 yards on the ground, 9 touchdowns, as West Marshall will look to shut down the other running back, Braden McShane, senior running for New Hampton. He has 701 yards, and also he has 11 touchdowns on the ground, so a big threat to run. New Hampton will host in that first-round game in Class 2A, as kickoff tonight from New Hampton is at 7 o'clock. That is our West Marshall preview, all brought to you by Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken in State Center. We'll find out about what is going on with East Marshall football when we come back here on Bobcat Game Day Live on KFJB-TV.
Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken and West Marshall football have long been State Center traditions. And with all the changes in life, it seems like traditions are harder and harder to come by. While where you enjoy it might have changed, Bailey's commitment to delicious pizza and roasted chicken can still be found in every bite. Enjoy the local tradition of Bailey's Pizza Roasted Chicken. Open Wednesday and Friday through Sunday, 4:30 to 8:30. Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken in State Center, proud sponsors of West Marshall football.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
On KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Welcome back. You see the brand new restored courthouse there in all its glory. It's a beautiful night here at Leonard Cole Field. I'm Dylan Doze with Brandon Lewis, and welcome back into Bobcat Game Day Live. We're getting ready for the East Marshall preview presented by Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned qualified diesel mechanics. It's week 9. East Marshall has a chance to get victory number 2 to bookend their season after the opening season win against BCLUW. They will be taking on Colfax Mingo. The Tiger Hawks also sit at 1-7. It's an interesting matchup. East Marshall, Colfax Mingo haven't played in a decade, and they've really only played a couple times, with East Marshall winning 2 out of 3. But tonight it really comes down to the Mustangs just cannot score the football. They struggle consistently just to put points up, and they have not scored since September 22nd against South Hardin. The good news in that, it was the 22nd of September 2023, so it was this calendar year.
September, yeah.
Now, you look over at Colfax Mingo. 2 weeks ago, they lost to Sigourney Keota 82-0. So this is not a barn-burning team, but the common matchup of Saydell, East Marshall lost to Saydell, Colfax Mingo beat Saydell. That's their win. So East Marshall's going to have to figure out a way. It seems junior quarterback Jacob Farrington's kind of taken a step back, only completing about 40% of his passes, and East Marshall's only rushing the football for 2.8 yards per carry. It's going to come down to, I think, a turnover. Is it going to be Drew Weeder? Is it going to be somebody on that defensive side to score points for them when the offense can't move the ball?
Colfax Mingo, the Tiger Hawks.
I think that's the
What is a Tiger Hawk?
Tiger Hawk, I am not quite sure what a Tiger Hawk is. I have a Tiger Hawk on my leg.
Tiger Hawk is to Valley Ligers.
That's perfect. For those of you that don't know what a Liger is, it was made quite famous by John Heater in the classic.
No, Napoleon Dynamite.
John Heater was in Napoleon Dynamite.
I know, but you got to act like Napoleon Dynamite is a real person.
I got it.
Okay.
Well, hopefully East Marshall can throw the football over the mountains, right?
Would have won. Would have been state champs that year.
That's right. If Coach would have just put me in. Well, that'll do it for the East Marshall preview. Really big shout out. Let's see if my alma mater can get win number 2. And that will do it for Bobcat Game Day Live with the East Marshall preview presented by Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned qualified diesel mechanics. And when we come back, we'll have the countdown to kickoff here on KFJB-tv and on 1230 a.m. KFJB.
When Mike Overton moved to Laurel, Iowa, he had a vision to have a diesel repair shop that would support his growing family and passion for working on diesel engines. Being part of the East Marshall community means ensuring that farmers, truck drivers, and businesses run smoothly. With a large building and state-of-the-art equipment, Laurel Diesel Services is always up for a challenge. When your farm trucks, semis, or other diesel equipment requires maintenance or the occasional repair, take it to Laurel Diesel Services.
Why choose Marshalltown Community College for your education?
A quality education.
Hands-on career training.
Convenient on-campus living.
One-on-one attention from my instructors.
Earning my AA degree and transferring to university, all while saving money.
Why was MCC the right choice for me? The great student activities and the friends I met.
2 convenient locations and the option to take online classes.
The right choice is MCC.
Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing and can he get to him? Wade throws late over the middle of the field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do!
This is the countdown to kickoff on your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
It is week number 9 of the high school football season. I say this all the time, Dylan, that it just always flies by. Hard to believe.
Yeah.
Week number 9 already.
It just a blink of an eye. Year number 4 is in the books after tonight. It seems like you just kind of get a rhythm for what the team's like. You start to see them mature, get some things rolling, and you're like, oh, next week we start transitioning to basketball, to things like that. Get ready for state swimming and diving.
Yeah, it'll be here before we know it. That is for sure. Coming up, it is our scouting reports on the Valley Tigers. We'll take a look at that. But first off, I want to talk, Bobcats playing their best football of the season as of right now. Great win last week, 27-14, as the Bobcats took down the Lincoln Rail Splitters. To be able to go out, do that. But here's what I noticed. The team talked very confident when they got ready to take on Ottumwa and Lincoln. Other than that, there was some hesitation and some doubt possibly. When you come into this one here tonight, you cannot have any doubt in yourself.
No, you've got to be ready to rock and roll. And really, when we look at it, I thought last week we talked about this, but the offensive line, that was the strongest they've played all year long. At Ottumwa, it was 24 plays, 44 points. It was all big plays, nothing where they drove down the field. Last week, there were 3 big touchdowns to Tate Ring, but they were also able to move the ball in the intermediate as well. It's all going to come down. Will that new offensive line, that mix-match offensive line, are they going to be able to see the man in front and know that they can hit him? Because if you're coming at it with these guys are big, you're going to be on your backside, and it's going to be a 5-yard loss.
Yep, that is for sure. Coming up, we'll get a look at that scouting report on the Tigers. Plus, we'll talk with Coach Goodvin, and we'll also get our connection with Tyrell French. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
This is the countdown to kickoff on your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
Back in for tonight's scouting reports on the Valley Tigers, presented by Century Plumbing. 3-5 on the season behind Gary Swinson, but again, a down Tiger team, still a very good team.
Yeah, it definitely is. There's a lot of talent on the Valley side. Maybe the most talented person on that roster is not going to be out here, has been injured before the season, and Zay Robinson, just an incredible wide receiver with offers across the Power 5 spectrum. But
Colorado,
Iowa State,
Vandy. Oh, you went Vandy first.
Well, here's the thing with Vandy.
Okay.
If you get an offer to Vandy, those grades are on lock. Those things are doing well. So not only athletic kid, smart kid, but he's not on the field. So when you look at the quarterback, they've kind of done the lazy Susan, just kind of spin it around. They've had 4 different quarterbacks, and they've stuck around with Drake DeGroot. He is a sophomore. He's going to be the signal caller tonight and in the future. But when you look at him, he is willing to give up the ball. They do throw some picks. Last week he threw one in the red zone against Ankeny and almost cost them the game. But really where they find their bread and butter, we saw the best running back we saw all year in Javon Sanders. I'm not saying Damon Head's Javon Sanders, but he runs like him, looks a little bit like him. He is a great back, almost 820 yards on the year, has a chance to go for 1,000. But the guy who locked it down with last year was Darius Mason.
Yeah.
He's the backup. He's That dude's 6 foot 220. He is a thumper. Bobcats have to be able to get off the field there. When you flip it to the other side, it's a 4-3 defense. They will blitz. They will do things. They will have man-on-man coverage on the outside. There are opportunities for big plays for the Bobcats. But who I like is right in the middle. Andrew Price, number 4, plays incredibly well. He lives in the backfield but can also cover. He is a great linebacker in a sea of really good linebackers on the Valley Tigers.
That is your scouting report tonight, all presented by Century Plumbing, specializing in service plumbing in Marshalltown. It is senior night. Presentation of seniors coming up in just a little bit. As you look at the Bobcats, though, senior-wise, a very good group of guys who stand out. Notably, Trayshawn Brooks won't be out there tonight, the senior wide receiver, injured. But you go down the line. Caleb Kuzro, great guy. Tate Ring, he ran the ball really well, caught it out of the backfield. Really good job by him. Manuel Perez got the start last week. Rogelio Sarin, just a heart, hustle, and muscle guy, as well as Jacob Gudith, who's played all over the map this year. Corey Smith has been a real reliable wide receiver. Damian Rodriguez, we've seen him out there a little bit, as well as Jose Vargas. I know he's a big Bobcat. And Blaine Linderos, senior wideout, he got his first sack of the season last week. Michael Narvaez has been a really good player on that defensive line. Kind of brought some consistency, as well as Caden Ainsworth and Tyrell French, who will be our Cat Connection coming up here in a little bit. But as you take a look at some of the seniors out there, a good core that I think has helped in a transitional year. I mean, to make no doubt about it, a very young team that's got a bright future.
This is a team that I think really the strength of this seniors team was the skill positions. When you really look at the running back, wide receivers, that's really where on the field the Bobcats are going to be hurt this year or next year. But really, to the person, I can't think of just better kids.
Yeah.
We get to interview them. We get to be around them. I'm looking out there. There is not a kid out there that I would say is just a knucklehead or anything. They're just some really solid young men that are going to do quite well for themselves as they continue on.
Yep, that is for sure. We are counting you down to kickoff coming up at 7 o'clock between the Bobcats and Tigers. Our Cat Connection and our pregame chat with Coach Goodvin next here on KFJB-TV.
When you need a plumber quickly, try Century Plumbing of Marshalltown. We specialize in service plumbing, not new construction or large remodels, so we get to our customers faster, from clogged drains to water heaters and everything in between. We can help with a guaranteed appointment and quality, efficient service. I'm Sarah, co-owner of Century Plumbing, and I'd love to book your appointment today. Call 641-750-0108. That's 641-750-0108.
Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse. Ribeyes and sirloins, aged, hand-cut, and served with your choice of 2 of Legends' legendary sides and a dinner roll. If you are a prime rib fan, Legends has prime rib every Friday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m. With 3 sides to choose from, it's chef-seasoned and slow-cooked to tender, juicy perfection. Try Legends prime rib, and you'll know why it's Marshalltown's favorite. Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse.
Welcome back into the Countdown to Kickoff right here on KFJB-TV. It's our Cat Connection, which is all brought to you by Farm Bureau agent Austin Elam. We're here with Tyrell French for the Marshalltown Bobcats. How are you?
Good, you?
Good. Hey, it's been a lot of fun to watch you guys this year. One of the interesting aspects that I think is pretty cool, your brother Talon French has played out there on the offensive line. What's that been like to be out there with your brother?
I love playing with him just because it's fun having him right beside me. And then also, I like coaching him up, making him better.
Yeah, and, to see him come along, get some playing time, that was kind of the role for you. You were behind some other really good linemen last year, and then also mix it in there as well. And then now this year you step into that starting role, and it's been something to see to be able to take those guys under your wing. What's that like for you? Not only your brother, but I'm sure you're helping some of the younger guys because there's plenty of younger ones out there.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. So I'm sorry. So we just, us older people, me and Owen, we just help coach them and make them better for the next years, obviously, to come. And it's just hard sometimes because they don't understand as much, but they're getting a lot better throughout the season. They've gotten a lot better, like Jackson, Nacho, Talon, and Max.
Yeah, Max Reed as well. Got some playing time at center. So, being in your senior season and trying to help some of those guys develop, where do you feel like you have developed as a football player this year?
I feel like I've gotten a lot better throughout the season, especially with my run blocking because it wasn't as good as the season started. Well, mostly like Clay Jakey and Quanan and Jaden helped me with the run blocking.
Yeah, pretty awesome. It seems like the offensive line has been a place where there's been good production. I look at Aiden DeVolder. I know he's at the Division II level. He was here quite a few years ago. But, there's been a good stable of really solid offensive linemen. How much pride do you take in being one of the Bobcat linemen? Because this is a run-heavy team, right?
Yeah, I love it. I love just hitting people.
That's the good part about the line. You definitely get to hit people all the time. Last week, you guys were hitting the Lincoln Railsters. How much fun was that? 27-14, you got that win.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Just love making clips. Just highlights.
Yeah, highlight reels.
Yep.
Hey, last week, 92, 82, and 70. Those were the big touchdown plays, those huge plays. When you see those big runs by Tate last week, what's that feeling like for the big offensive linemen out there?
So we got to run all the way down field with the AT. But obviously, so the first play was 73, and I saw him inside right here, so I knew if I got him blocked down, Tate would be gone because there's a lot of space for him to run.
Yeah, and he definitely hit it all the way there.
He's gone.
Didn't expect that the first play of the game, but also we didn't expect right before halftime last year when Tate had that big touchdown run against Lincoln, right? I mean, he's a ticking time bomb when you look at those big plays, right?
Yeah. He gets moving quick.
Yeah, that is for sure. The senior season for you, obviously week number 9, Valley on the slate. What do you know you guys need to do well to get the win against the Tigers?
We need to really need to get lower on our blocks and just everybody needs to execute perfectly.
Yeah. Senior season, what else is on tap for you this school year?
Well, I'm going to box after football season.
Okay.
And then track.
Wow.
And then I'm going to go into college for fire science, firefighter.
Okay, awesome. Well, we definitely need more EMS and first responders, so that's a great field. Best of luck rest of your senior season.
Thank you.
Good luck boxing, man. I don't know if I want to tangle up with you, all right? Give him the 1-2. Hey, that is Tyrell French. It is our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Farm Bureau agent Austin Elam. How's my form, by the way, there?
Oh, it was pretty good.
And this is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-tv.
Even if it's been years since you graduated, your college team is your team for life. Well, you can have a Farm Bureau agent for life, and auto, and home, and business insurance. Imagine that. One insurance agent for everything. It's that simple. So get a Farm Bureau agent for life.
Hi, this is Austin Elam with the Elam Agency. Give us a call, 641-691-3899.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every previous generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family for generations. We want to be there for your first car. We want to be there for your family SUV. And we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
Welcome back into the countdown to kickoff right here on KFJB-tv. It is our pregame chat with head coach Adam Goodvin, all brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. Coach, it was one of the first games that I've actually gone back and watched a good chunk of the game because it was such a fun one to be a part of. 27-14, the win at Des Moines Lincoln. It was an exciting game, but also kind of a resilient game because it seemed like the team very confident in going into that one, but then to execute and actually pull off what you're talking about wanting to do, I'm sure it had to feel good as a coaching staff too.
Yeah, I think we felt like we had a good game plan going in, both sides of the football, and
a lot of credit to Coach Furch on the defensive side. We knew we were going to go against a pretty talented running back in the Sanders kid, and we knew he was going to get his touches and his yards. It's just a matter of containing him as best we could, and he had 270-some yards and one touchdown. So that was the big category there that was in our favor. And offensively, we really liked our game plan as well. And we shot ourselves in the foot a few times, but we're able to overcome that. So that was awesome to see.
Aside from penalties, it really seemed like it was one of the first games. Maybe the Ottumwa game, you could put that in there as well, where all three phases were clicking. What do you feel that it came down to? Just owning the line of scrimmage, or do you feel like guys were more confident? What do you think you kind of come down to?
Well, I think it's, it was week 8, and I think guys are just getting better naturally as we progress throughout the season. And I think, it was going in, it was definitely a game that we felt like we had a great opportunity to come out on top. And, then I think with our success on that first play of scrimmage was huge as far as momentum goes. And, just like our Ottumwa game, we kind of rode that out, and, we went through the highs and lows, but overcame a lot of adversity.
Yeah. Speaking of the highs and lows, I keep track of by quarter scoring, and I was really surprised when I finally put it in last week. That was the first third quarter touchdown all year that you guys have scored on Tate's pass out of the backfield. Where do you think that in the second half, I guess you guys have struggled so far this year in being able to put one on the board in that third quarter or late in the game?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really, one game, the other game we had won, we didn't get an opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I don't know. I think that's something that we'll go back and look at after the year and try to figure out. I know in the past we've had pretty successful third quarters, and I really don't know.
Yeah.
That's interesting you bring that up. So I'm interested to dig deeper into that.
Wow, I inspired Coach to look into some notes. Tate exploded. Tate Ring, the back exploded for 3 big plays. I know you wanted to hit those big plays. We've been waiting for that all season. Was it a breath of fresh air, or was it kind of a relief for Tate, do you think, getting those big plays that he'd been trying for all season?
I think it probably was a little relief for him. He's earned it. He's our most consistent and hard worker that we've got on the team, and for him to able to come out and have a game like that is huge. He deserves it, and it's a matter of time. Wish it happens more often, but big night for him, so very proud of him.
Yeah. Injuries and things like that has really mixed up your offensive line throughout the season. Some unstableness, I guess you could say, but last week it seemed like you really found a core of 5 guys that really clicked, including Jacob Gudith down there on the line.
Yeah, it's we've had some injuries with some of our younger guys, Jackson Hinkle and Max Reed and Talon French even. So finding the right mix of guys that we feel can go out there and give us the best opportunity to win has been a challenge. But credit to the guys. Even Jacob Gudith, like you said, he's out of position, but he's a team first guy and went out there and just competed his tail off. So proud of those guys and the way they executed all night.
You've kind of preached, at least for the last 3-4 weeks, that you want guys flying to the ball. To only limit Javon Sanders to that one big home run touchdown that he had, I thought guys were flying around, making plays. Is that another point that you're happy with how those guys are getting around to the ball?
Yeah, absolutely. After we kind of settled into the game, I think early on we were trying to pull his flag, and I don't know if we could have even done that a few times. Man, he's a talented kid, but you definitely can't arm tackle him. You're going to have to get low and wrap up and drive your feet, and you're going to hope that some of your teammates are around to assist you with that. And, we got better with that as the game went along.
Yeah. Valley Tigers are in town tonight. We'll talk to Coach about that.
My name's Lake Schultz. I'm the co-owner of Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. At Exterior Plus, we truly strive to build relationships one customer at a time. And that's why we're the Midwest's #1 choice in full home remodels. Located in Marshalltown, Iowa, as well as Lincoln, Nebraska, we pride ourselves in providing quality service on time, every time. Give us a call for a free inspection and estimate at 844-261-6111. That's 844-261-6111. Thanks. Talk to you soon.
Welcome back into the Exterior Plus Home Remodeling pregame chat with head coach Adam Goodvin. Coach, the Valley Tigers are in town. They're 3-5, a down year for Valley, but boy, first 4 games they went 0-4. They've responded 3-2 in their last 5 games. This is a team kind of like your team a little bit, playing some of its better ball near the tail end of their season, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I think so. I think majority of teams are going to be like that, and you look at their schedule. It's brutal. It's tough, and I think it might be the toughest in Class 5A in the entire state. But we know they're a much better team than what their record shows, and I think they're 18th right now in the RPI, so they've got a lot to play for because you just never know, and it'll be a fun night.
Watching a couple of their games this year, they're productive on offense, especially with the running back crew, but they've ran through a whole host of quarterbacks this year. They're starting a sophomore quarterback in DeGroot here tonight. But this is a team, I feel like, offensively a little bit undisciplined at times. But then when you switch over to the other side, the defensive side, I don't know if you know this, but it seems like a very disciplined side. They've got some good playmakers, especially at the linebacker crew.
Yeah, they've got good size. They're fast. They're well coached. You can tell they throw a couple different looks at you and try to keep you on your heels. But so it's going to take elite discipline on our end to execute and find some success on the offensive side of the ball. And same thing on the defensive side. We know they've struggled, but by no means is it going to be easy. It's going to be a challenge. They've got 2 running backs that are going to be one of the 2 better we've seen all year as well. So and obviously that offensive line up front's big. So it'll be another fun challenge for us.
You mentioned those running backs. Damon Head, one of them, 800 rushing yards so far this year, 5 touchdowns on the ground and 1 through the air. What makes him such a threat on that offensive side?
Well, I think he's got a little more speed and a little power to him, and he can catch the ball in the backfield, and it's gonna, once he has a big play or he's worn down a little bit, then they're just gonna sub him out and bring in I don't remember his name, but the big bruiser. We saw him a year ago as a sophomore, and he's going to be a challenge to bring down as well.
He's a Jerome Bettis-style running back.
Yes.
He definitely is a big guy to bring down. Last year in this game, this is one where kind of a little bit of shoulda, woulda, coulda. I know you guys missed a field goal in the first half, that kind of thing. It was a pretty tight game throughout much of it. Had your chances in that one, but Valley was able to pull away. What do you think you need to do well to be able to come out on top here tonight?
We got to take advantage of our opportunities in the red zone. Like you said, a year ago, we were in it 3 times in the first half and came away with 0 points, plus a blocked field goal that was returned for a touchdown. So things like that can't happen in games like this.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Appreciate it.
All right, it's week number 9. It's the Tigers in town to take on the Bobcats. Battle of the Cats here on KFJB-tv.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Boy Scouts of America, Adventure On. Edward Jones, Zach Wall, your financial advisor in Marshalltown. Embers Retirement Community, independent living for active seniors. Honest Heating and Cooling, let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7.
Week 9 of the high school football season. It's the Bobcats and the Tigers. Battle of the Cats tonight at Leonard Cole Field. As the Bobcats getting ready to take the field momentarily, let's get you tonight's starting lineup. All brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup. Well, the Valley Tigers on offense, they've kind of been a tight end of Iowa. They've got the kid out there at Notre Dame. He's played a little bit out there. Now I bring it up. And
Raridan.
Eli Raridan, very good.
Thank you for stumbling. It allowed me to remember because I was right with you.
Owen Westmeyer, he was a starting offensive lineman, but he's a walk-on at Colorado, and I think they were trying to play him at tight end. So, anyway, a good line of tight ends. A.J. Crowdover, the tight end, 6'4", 225. He's got the size, that is for sure. We talked about Damon Head, the running back, 817 rushing yards coming into this one. Drake DeGroot, the starting quarterback, 8 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions. Jaden Brown, Coach sent over we appreciate Gary Swinson sending over the starting lineups. He put Jaden Brown as 10. That's why we have him on there, but he is wearing his normal number 80 here tonight. Noah Craycraft and Jaden McGregory at wide receiver. On the defensive side of things for the Valley Tigers, we haven't really talked about Isaiah Pinks just yet, as he has 28 total tackles and 2 interceptions at cornerback on that defensive side of things for the Valley Tigers. But in this game a year ago, he had a fumble recovery on that blocked field goal attempt, took it all the way back in for a touchdown.
That changed everything. We were watching there. Marshalltown had outplayed Valley to the highest of levels and could not score, and then that block kick, we had it inside the 20, penalty, then a block kick, and it was all she wrote for the Bobcats.
Gage Olson, Sam Swanson in the secondary, as well as Cam Kribari. Cole Weeble, we'll keep an eye on him. Couple fumble recoveries, a sack, 22 total tackles. And Ramez Naba, we remember seeing him last year, 6'2", 320, 24 total tackles, number 76. You cannot miss that guy. He is a hole filler out there to say for that defensive line. And here come the Marshalltown Bobcats out onto the field. Xavier Anderson leading the charge for the Cats.
You see him pointing. Xavier Anderson, if Tate Ring wouldn't have had an otherworldly game last week, that was your Calvin Rocket player of the game. Xavier Anderson was top shelf last week.
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, for your Marshalltown Bobcats at offense, it'll be Jacob Hayes leading the charge. Tate Ring behind him. Obviously got his first couple of touchdowns last year on the ground. And on the defensive side of things for the Marshalltown Bobcats, Davis Ragland, he is a tackling machine leading the Bobcats with 40.5 total tackles and an interception he took to the house for a touchdown. Week number 9 is next on KFJB-TV.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
As the saying goes, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Ring's got a little bit of a seam, gets outside the hash marks at the 40, 50, he might go all the way, 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Tate Ring.
Now you may be asking, what's the new beginning really look like?
Up fakes, rolls out near side passing, and it's picked. Trayshawn Brooks has it at the 10, he's going to bring it back.
It looks like this.
It's week 9 and a battle of the Cats on KFJB-TV. Welcome to Leonard Cole Field. It is your Marshalltown Bobcats, 2-6 on the season behind head coach Adam Goodvin. Valley Tigers 3-5 behind Gary Swinson in this game a year ago. 35-14 was the final as the Tigers took down the Bobcats. 8-1 since 2008 are the Valley Tigers against your Marshalltown Bobcats. As we get you ready to go here tonight, the coin toss at midfield, as it looks like Bobcats, I believe, are going to receive to begin this one here tonight. Yes, the Bobcats will get the ball to start first, and a good chance to see the offense, which was in high operation last week with huge explosive plays, 3 touchdowns, 70-plus yards.
Yeah, and it really came down, we talked already about it, but it was that offensive line. A big shout-out to Jacob Gudith first start on the offensive line playing left tackle. I thought he did tremendously well, but you can't look past Owen Eaton. Tyrell French did a nice job along with Caden Ainsworth and others.
So the Bobcats get ready to go against the Tigers here tonight as we're just about ready to kick this one off. Our kickoff tonight is all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group. Buy, sell, love Marshalltown with Kristen Pauly and the 5-Star team online at 5starhometeam.com. Bobcats last week scored their first third-quarter touchdown of the season last week. That's going to be one thing. The Bobcats are going to have to play well in the second half. Usually in years past, they've made some big adjustments, have been able to overcome some mistakes in the first half, but this year, not the case. We'll see if that kind of helps them, what they experienced last week, and get going in that second half.
Yeah, and in the games they've won, they've scored in that first quarter as well.
Yeah.
It's been the start of games, start of halves where they've been buried. In the games that they've lost big, they've been buried early. Bobcats have got to be able to manufacture first downs and move the football.
Tate Ring back to return, as well as Caleb Kuzero for the Bobcats. Tate Ring, 6 returns this year, averaging nearly 29 yards per return. Rico Alvarenga gets us underway in week number 9 as Valley kicks off to the Bobcats. Kuzero comes near side. He'll try to cut it up at the seams, and he'll be shy of the 15-yard line. And that's where the Bobcats will begin 7 seconds in to this game here tonight.
Bobcats looking to where they were able to effectively run this football, but what I saw watching the Ankeny Valley game is there's going to be opportunities to go to the edges. Valley, when they blitz, when they come up, they will have single-man coverage. They don't play a lot of zone. They play a lot of man, so there'll be one-on-one opportunities where wide receivers have to make plays on the edges.
Starting at their own 19-yard line. Fake the handoff, slant route behind Corey Smith, the intended wide receiver. As the Bobcats incomplete on first down. It'll be first down and 10. Ball resting on the near side hash mark there at the 19-yard line. I think I said shy of the 15. I was off on my markers here. But anyway, we're underway.
It's the angle.
It's the, well, and I've got this window pane in my way here.
Yeah.
That's fine.
The pain becomes a pain.
At the top of the set for the Bobcats, Aiden Smitherman still looking for his second reception of the season as they're going to go out of the backfield, and it's just over the intended target on that wheel route. Tate Ring incomplete as a good heads-up play by the quarterback, the sophomore quarterback in Jacob Hayes, who's thrown 4 interceptions but 7 touchdowns this year. He kind of wisely threw that one a little bit high, seeing that the coverage was over top.
Well, I actually thought the trail on that, Caleb Kuzero, because Tate Ring had taken 3 defenders, if he would have looked down at Kuzero had a chance to get 7-8 yards on that back end of that play.
Bobcats will go in the pistol formation. And it's a screen pass in the middle of the field. They have Tate Ring open, did not cut it up initially, and he'll be well short of the first down as the Bobcats get about 5 yards right there. It'll be 4th down and 5, and the screen pass doesn't go for a lot. They had it set up, but I thought that Tate maybe bounced it out the wrong way right there.
You were exactly right. He tried to go. You see this right here. They set it up beautifully, able to get a nice little dump down. He had it. You look at Narvaez, had it. He could have cut up. That was a 15, 20-yard play if he would have just cut it upfield because he had a line of Bobcat blockers, but he tried to run around the outside and ran right into the Valley defenders.
Gomez on to punt it away, averaging nearly 31 yards a punt so far this season. As that one is a good one, well over midfield, backing up to the 32-yard line. McGregory will be the return man. He's slung down as Blaine Landero springs him down at the 42-yard line. And that is where the Valley Tigers will set up shop after a 3-and-out for the Bobcats on their first drive.
Yeah, nice 40-plus yard punt by Johan Gomez, was able to get the snap back there and gave it a nice boot. Good coverage after about an 8-yard return. Bobcats, they only have 57 yards of real estate as a defense to work with. They have got to be able to control the line of scrimmage.
Drake DeGroat is the quarterback. He'll be in the shotgun formation. He'll hand it off to Head. Head's going to bounce it outside left tackle. Bobcats bring him down right at midfield and pop it up off the pile for the Bobcats. It is a guy who's been the mainstay. Davis Ragland there at middle linebacker. 40.5 total tackles, leading the team in tackles. He had 7 last week against Lincoln. This guy in on every play.
Yeah, he's constantly, you don't even have to see who's on the pile. We could just say Davis Ragland and be pretty assured we're going to be right.
Brown and Craycraft on the bottom side of your screen. Head gets the running back. He's got a full head of steam at the numbers. He cuts it back inside at the middle of the field. He's brought down in Bobcat territory at the 33-yard line, and a big run for Damon Head, who comes in looking to, I guess you could say, eat a little bit against the Bobcats. 817 rushing yards so far this year.
You see, they were able to get second level, and the linebackers had linemen on him, and when that happens, it's going to be first downs all day long.
So a 16-yard run right there for the Valley Tigers to move the chains. Man comes in motion. That's McGregory near side. The end around. He'll be outside the numbers and pushed out of bounds as he gets over the 25 and at the 23-yard line. It looks like it's going to be just about enough. It is going to be a 10-yard run for Jaden McGregory, as not really too many rushing stats for him heading into this one. He has 17 receptions, 160 yards, and a touchdown this year. The young sophomore wide receiver, tall, lanky guy at 6'2".
You see number 71 there for Valley with his billboard-sized back. He is right now dominating Johan Gomich. We have not seen a whole lot. He is able to turn him any which way he wants.
Braylon Jenkins, you're alluding to, the right tackle. As Craycraft makes the catch at the 10-yard line, he's going to be brought down inside the Bobcat red zone at the 2-yard line. So a big pickup right there of 21 yards, moves the chains, and Valley now on the doorstep.
Yeah, you just see Bobcats drop back in a zone and getting no pressure. They found the soft spot, was able to pick it up all the way down to the 2-yard line.
First and goal for the Valley Tigers. Head stands to the right of DeGroot. Handoff as man comes in motion in Craycraft, and Head plows in from 2 yards out. It's 6-0 Valley just 3 minutes into this one here tonight.
That was textbook. Head is an incredible back, but Brandon, you and I are scoring 10 times out of 10 on that, because that was blocked beautifully by the Valley Tigers offensive line. Nolan Anderson, Braylon Jennings, Marcus McGregor, and the like.
57-yard drive is capped up with a 2-yard touchdown run for 6. The PAT, it is up, and it is good for the Valley Tigers. It's 7-0 in the first quarter on KFJB-tv.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Damon Head, 3 carries, including a touchdown run of 2 yards. He's got 26 yards on the ground on a 57-yard drive for the Valley Tigers on their first possession of the night. Kickoff is all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown, your home team advantage. Kickoff away as Tate Ring back to return as well as Caleb Kuzero into the end zone for Kuzero, and it will be a touchback as 9 minutes remain in this opening quarter. 3 and out on the first drive for the Bobcats on what is a beautiful night. 61 degrees at kickoff. A little haze over the field as well there, Dylan.
Yeah, it's got a nice little Halloween haze. It feels like the season.
What are you going as this year?
Well, I'm actually doing Haunt the Block at the office for Main Street. And
okay.
I have yet to decide what I'm going to go. I'm thinking about shaving my head, putting on a headset, and going as Brandon Lewis.
Wow. I don't know whether I'm honored or offended.
Probably both.
Pistol formation for Hayes. Handoff, Tate Ring. He puts a head down, runs over a Tiger up to the 26-yard line. Good gain on first down of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 as the clock runs under 9 minutes. And the Bobcats need to get off to a good start on this drive because you do not want to fall down by a couple scores to the Valley Tigers, as they were easily able to run right down the field on the Cats on that last drive.
I like straight ahead on that, running right between Caden Ainsworth, Owen Eaton, Michael Narvey. The guard in the center did a nice job on the play.
Valley's a team that moves well on the edges. They run right up the gut again. Tate Ring breaks the tackle up at the 30-yard line and brought down after he picks up the first down. A run of 10 yards right there for Tate Ring to move the sticks.
Really on the edges of this defense. You see it right here, able to bounce out. Tyrell French kicked his guy out, and then Tate Ring's able to use that combination of strength and speed and pick up 10.
So the Bobcats down 7-0, but putting together for their first down of the game right there. They spread it out. Corey Smith on the top side of your screen. Aiden Smitherman on the bottom. Tate Ring in the backfield. Hayes calls for it. Hands off, and boy, three Valley Tigers in the backfield wrap up Tate Ring, and he kind of awkwardly got bent down, and he's slow to go, get up right there as it looked like his right knee or maybe shoulder. Can't quite tell the way he's getting up. It looks like his right shoulder got landed on one of the defensive linemen. Landed on it as Xavier Anderson will come in for him, but not a good situation right there for the Bobcats.
Especially on his last game. You wonder maybe a Jackson Hinkle, where Jackson Hinkle a couple weeks ago broke his collarbone, came off very similar.
Yeah.
Hope that isn't the case for Tate.
Man. Well, he will be looked at on the sideline. Meanwhile, Bobcats have a long second down situation to go. Xavier Anderson gets the handoff, but is bobbling it. That handoff came up high from Jacob Hayes, and the Bobcats lose about 3 more yards as we approach 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Not a good response here for the Bobcats.
No, it's bad handoff.
Yeah.
And it's bad exchange. I don't know if that was so much on Jacob or on Xavier or just combination of two, but now we're in 3rd and 20, and this is not where the Bobcats want to be.
Officially marked at 3rd and 18 for the Bobcats. Hard count. Valley jumps offside. 5 free yards, and that will help out the Bobcats. They need it right here, as they were most likely going to the air in this situation. So that is one thing I will say. As a sophomore, I think that Jacob has done a really exceptional job in commanding. Execution, still coming along, still learning. He didn't start playing quarterback till just a couple years ago, so it's one of those situations where at least if you can do some of the small things, you're going to be successful long term.
I think he's going to be a really good quarterback, as he learns how to read defenses better. He's going to be able to throw to the right man more often than not.
Oh, what a catch by Smitherman. It's his second one of the season, and he is dragging Tigers with him past the 40, up to the 42-yard line. What an incredible catch by Aiden Smitherman, his second one of the season for the sophomore, and that's good yardage right there of nearly 10 yards.
You look at this. Jacob put it on. I don't know if just one hand.
That's a sweet
spectacular
catch. Cats will go for it here as they'll be in the pistol formation. Xavier Anderson in the backfield as it looked like Hayes trying to draw the Valley Tigers offside here. They will call the timeout, and that's exactly what was going on right there. At 4th and 5, they were trying to get an easy first down. A timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Bobcat football on KFJB-tv.
It's Adventure On for Marshalltown Scouting. Adventures like backpacking, ziplining, rock climbing, canoeing, swimming, and more. Survival skills for a scout's greatest adventure, life. Scouts give back to the community. Marshalltown Scouts have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community in our 70-plus year history. Scout leaders are highly trained in Scream. Parents are a huge part of Scouting, too. Scouting provides unique opportunities available nowhere else. To learn more about Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure On.
Nothing I love more than fall, Dylan. That is for sure.
Fall night with Brandon Lewis. It doesn't get better.
We can go for a nice crisp walk, maybe have a fire after it's all said and done, Dylan.
I'm for that. That's a great punt.
Oh, my word. What a punt picked up back inside the 10. The Bobcats are there, but they missed a couple of tackles.
Oh, my gosh.
Craigcraft is outside. It's a huge return back up to the 45-yard line. And I don't think that was Craigcraft. It was actually Isaiah Pinks, the corner as he had a huge return back up to the 40. Wow. Man, they had him deep inside the 10.
And then just missed. You see Rogelio Sarin along with Manuel Perez.
Yeah.
And it's just, that should have been at the 8-yard line, totally flipping the field. And now they've had starting field position of the 43 and the 44 now.
That is a backbreaker. You know what I mean? Because that really would have flipped the field, and that's exactly what you're doing with a punter like Johan Gomez. Somebody got moving on that right side of the line a little bit too quickly. Big old number 66, it looked like.
That was Darius Mason.
Was it Mason?
He was going in motion. He went forward thinking he was working and playing for Calgary up there in the Canadian Football League, was going forward before the snap.
I thought I saw Ben Reichert, the right guard, moving a little bit early there as well, too. But,
I think he ran across and yelled, "Doug Flutie's my hero," and went forward.
What about, didn't Fran Tarkenton play in the Canadian League, I think?
That I don't know. Warren Moon did.
Yeah. David Head with a run, and boy, he's got a lot of room. He's got blocking downfield. Great blocking by Jaden Brown, springing him down to the 10-5 touchdown as Rogelio Sarin and Caleb Kuzero can't catch up. And Head with a huge touchdown rush of 61 yards. He's in there for the touchdown.
So we'll be quite clear that was a great run. But what I want you to notice, number 84, Johan Gomez, watch him. He gets himself back into this play. No quit, and just misses the tackle. But I will tell you, if you want to know what kind of athlete and what kind of motor that kid has, we really missed him the first month of the year. But he is the next one that has a chance to play at that FCS level.
Rico Alvarenga on for the PAT. It is good, and he continues. He is 22 of 22.
Yeah, he's a
not
good kicker.
related to Uncle Rico.
No, he kicks it over the mountains. He doesn't throw it over the mountains.
5:15 in the opening quarter of play. Bobcats down big already. You're going to have to respond offensively here. And we said that last drive, you felt like they got a little bit something going. Tate Ring looks like he's going to be back in there on this drive after injuring his shoulder on the last one. You can see he's still hanging that right one, but he does not want to come out on his senior night tonight.
Yeah, the way his arm, that didn't give me a lot of confidence that he should be out there.
No, his right ankle, or right shoulder, still trying to warm up.
Yeah, they were able to effectively run the ball there until you got that negative play.
Yeah.
Bobcats have to stay in front of the sticks, now down 14-0. They've got to put some gauze on this wound before it gets too bad.
Kickoff is all presented by 5 Star Real Estate Group of Marshalltown. Online at 5starhometeam.com. Well, 14-0, Valley on top of your Bobcats. This is do or die time right now. Alvarenga boots it deep. It will not be a touchback. At the 4, it's fumbled by Kuzero. Picks it up. He's going to sprint near side. And that ball is hanging out of there. He does hang on to it as he falls over the 15 up to the 17-yard line. As take a look at our keys to the game here tonight. Dylan?
Yeah, for the Bobcats, it's all about tricks and treats. See, we need tricks. They're going to have to be able to advance the ball, be it a halfback pass, be it something like that. But we're also going to need to get some treats. Valley has turned the ball over. We're not going to be able to run play-to-play with them. We have got to be able to get picks, a fumble, something. And the flip side is head of the class. We've already seen it. Damon Head is fantastic. We have got to get lockdown on him.
Bad handoff again, second one of the game, but Tate Ring brings it in. He's able to push the pile ahead for a couple of yards. Now Valley says they have it, and they do. It is Tiger football as just a bad exchange up there. And it looks like coming up with the recovery, Ryan Stinson, and that's his first fumble recovery of the season, and Tate really just never had it. Got lost in the pile there.
Yeah, you see it. It just bounced off and went up. It went up in the air.
If that goes down, he's probably on it.
Oh,
boy, that
Oy.
Talked about that rushing play last time by Head being a backbreaker. That one is definitely a backbreaker. This is a very good Valley team. You know, they lost 4 in a row to begin the season, but they're 3-2 in their last 5 games, including a 49-0 blowout of Waterloo West, which the Bobcats fell to on the road earlier this year. In the shotgun formation, the Groot looks to pass. He's got a wide receiver on the far side, and it is caught. Jaden Brown, touchdown on one play, an 18-yard strike through the air as Tigers will celebrate it. They go up 20-0. First quarter, Dylan.
This all comes down to the right side of the defensive backfield for the Bobcats. And there is a Robinson we talked about earlier. You see underneath that Caleb Kusero broke late, and Sarin didn't go back with it, he stayed up with the wide receiver going into the flat, and it was wide open.
The AT is up, and it will be good again as Rico Alvarenga nails it. 4:50, first quarter. Bobcats trailing 21-0 on KFJB-TV.
Bobcats do have 96 yards on the night in rushing so far.
Out of that came on one play, the opening play of the game with Tate Ring. Kusero comes in motion. Hayes drops back, looks to pass. He's got him in the flat. That's Tate Ring, makes the catch. He's up to midfield. He breaks away at the 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Tate Ring, his second one of the night. 21-0. Valley Tigers on top of your Marshalltown Bobcats. Kickoff all presented by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown. Tate Ring, Caleb Kusero. They have switched places. They're back to return as the kickoff has gone to that side. They want to get the ball in Tate Ring's hands. He will at the 5-yard line. Get a reverse field as he comes back towards the near side. Has to evade a couple of Tigers, not able to slip them as he'll be shy of the 15-yard line. And not great starting field position here. Punt, fumble tonight as this is the 4th drive of the game for the Bobcats, Dylan. 4:42 to go in the first quarter. Let's get a quick scoreboard update. There is an injury timeout for the Valley Tigers. Thanks to the one and only Farmer Brooks back at the studios. Feeding us those scores, Dylan.
I will always take the harvest from Brooks' scoreboard updates. Waukee Northwest leads Ames 7-0. Ankeny leads Cedar Rapids, Washington 7-0. Solon leads South Tama 7-0. But next, New Hampton leads West Marshall 6-0 early in district play. And then Grundy Center leads Cascade 2-0 with a safety in the first quarter.
Injured man is Moses Bunn, the junior safety, 5'10", 181. He is slow to get up, and it looks like a shoulder issue there with his left shoulder.
Yeah,
kind of holding that.
It looks like that arm's just kind of dangling there as he was holding his shoulder.
Is that more of a turf thing? I mean, I know injuries are, in general, more of a turf thing.
I don't know about that. I think it's really just...
Well, you went and got your...
I did get my turf management degree.
Yeah.
And turf medical degree.
I thought they called that turfology.
They do. Mm-hmm. I am of turfonomics. It's the study. It's a study of the economic impact of turf and turf-related accessories.
Well, mostly hospital bills.
That's right.
Hayes out of the pistol formation. And he'll fake the handoff, pass over the middle of the field. Beautiful one-handed catch by Johan Gomez. Moves the chains up near the 30. Huge play right there of nearly 18 yards for the Cats.
He is going to be a really special player.
Yeah.
The fact that
you said FCS. I'm thinking FBS.
Well, he reminds me so much of Carson Williams.
Yeah.
And thinking that, Carson was right on that.
NDSU,
he was at Buffalo at that FBS level.
Yep,
and then,
correct.
NDSU might as well be FBS.
Hey, we got a new Nick Lucas siding up in the booth. Former center for the Marshalltown Bobcats last year. Now on the 8th grade coaching staff down there. Quick pass out to the far side over the hands of the senior wide receiver and Corey Smith. It looked like they were going to connect for nearly 5 yards, but incomplete. And the clock stops at 4:06 in a never-ending first quarter here tonight as the Tigers have already put up 21.
Yeah, the interesting thing is the Bobcats have done some decent things offensively. They've ran the ball at points, but then it comes down to that big loss play, and they've got to avoid those at all costs.
Pistol formation again. Tate Ring in the backfield with his quarterback. He'll get the handoff right up the gut, puts his shoulder down and push back after he gains 1 yard. It'll be a long down to go here on third and 9 for the Bobcats after the incomplete pass on first.
That's where you get when you break tendency. I'm a big fan of trying to break tendencies with your play calling. But what happens when it doesn't pay off for you on that first down where you're not able to get that completion and then you run it there on second down? Now we're sitting at 3rd and 9. Bobcats have to come up with something big to keep the sticks moving just to keep the defense off the field.
And Valley almost jumps offside, but not enough to make a flag fly here. 3rd down and 9. Hayes drops back, flips that ball around. He goes deep to the far side of the field as the wide receiver is Corey Smith intended. He was looking for a flag as Isaiah Pinks did have his hand all over him, but I thought fairly good back and forth, no call right there. As most likely special teams unit going to punt this one away. Maybe the offense will stay out there, but 21-0, giving the ball at the 30 would not be
they're going to stay out
easy
there.
Thing.
No.
You know what I mean? This is not an easy call. But the Bobcats will go for it.
The play right there, that's where the Bobcats are going to have chances because they play man-to-man. You have, as a wide receiver, you have to get separation. You have to go get the football.
They have not really challenged Cam Kribari a whole lot. He's on the bottom side, guarding on Smitherman. Fake the handoff out to the far side. It's to Corey Smith. It's not going to be enough yards as he steps out at the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4 yards, but it's a turnover on downs. So I'd rather take the punt right there than that.
Yeah, I think
Would
it
you
was
not?
Definitely so, and that, especially if the result of the play is a 3 or 4 yard out route, that's never going to be the play that.
Yeah, that one was not going to the sticks.
It wasn't going to go anywhere. Johan's got off a couple really solid punts, but I will say the punt coverage hasn't been real spectacular. So,
yeah.
So I think Coach Goodvin thought at this point it was time to roll dice.
They'll send 4 down linemen. DeGroot will step up out of the pocket. He's up to the 30, got the first down, and still evading some tacklers as he'll pick up a few extra yards. It's a 14-yard run out to the far side of the field as they get nearly into the red zone right there as DeGroot was feeling the pressure from the backside as Xavier Anderson was coming back there but not able to get there in time. Just a good push out of the way. I think if that push doesn't happen, Xavier's got himself a sack.
Yeah, and then you look with it being a zone and nobody spying on that, all your linebackers dropping 15, 20 yards into coverage. No one's there, and he's able to scoot for quite a few yards on about 12, 13 yards there.
Bring a man in motion. This is the first time we've seen the backup running back in there, Darius Mason, as he will plow ahead for a few yards. He was the guy who killed the Bobcats last year. 10 rushes, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And he was the one that really put that game out of reach because it was, I think it was 21-14 or so, right in that range, and he was able to really cap off the Bobcats in that one. So the first down run is about 5 yards, second down and 5.
Yeah, we could not get off the field. He is a sledgehammer, big, strong kid.
5'11", 215. He'll stay in. He leaks out of the backfield on the far side. They go to the near side of the wide receiver, and Brown, he's slung down inside the 10, and that's going to be a face mask penalty, it looks like, as Jaden Brown made the catch and got the first down for the Valley Tigers down inside the 10. I think spotted right around the 7-yard line officially. It'll be half the distance to the goal, so the ball will be resting right around the 3 or 4 yard line after this penalty.
See what the Bobcats, they have to be able to bow up at some point as you see Head coming back out. You look at Valley. Valley's already ran the football for 114 yards. On 4 carries, Damon Head has 87 with 2 touchdowns.
Oofta.
That is rough. And DeGroote's 3 for 3 for 48 yards and a touchdown. They've got it rolling at every level.
They need a win here tonight to get themselves into the playoff. They would be one of the more bottom seeds, but they would be a tough test as a bottom seed, right? Fake the handoff to Head. Gets it to the running back, and Darius Mason. He's in 4-6. It is a 4-yard touchdown pass from DeGroote to Darius Mason, and that is his second touchdown reception of the season, and it is all Valley, 27-0.
You see a little RPO action, throw it right out into the flat.
That's
such
a good play.
It's such a good play call, too, because those deep outs in the back of the end zone draw Sarin all the way to the back and leave that flat wide open. Linebacker's not there to cover it.
Rico Alvarenga is on for the PAT, and it's good. And with 1:44 to go in the first quarter, it's 28-0. Bobcats trail to the Tigers on KFJB-TV. Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing him. Can he get to him? Wade throws late over the middle of the field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do! Tigers are dancing all over the Cats tonight.
Yeah, it's been a rough night. Beautiful night outside, rough night on the scoreboard. Bobcats just cannot tackle. They can't tackle. They're getting blocked in, not that they're missing tackles. They literally can't tackle because they're blocked so far away from the ball that Valley has just opened up lanes left, right.
Kickoff his way as Kuzero back to field it at the 5-yard line. Comes near side. He's got a little bit of a seam. He does get through that seam up to the 30, puts a head down, spun out of bounds at the 34-yard line. And the Bobcats will have their best field position of the game to begin this fifth drive so far. Punt, fumble, turnover on downs.
Yeah, you see this right here, able to get it. Nice blocking setup. You see Davis Ragland right there, able to kick out, along with, I believe, Tate Ring there. Not Tate Ring, I think it might have been Xavier Anderson. Able to open that up. Nice job. Bobcats' best starting field position all night long.
Tate Ring at running back for the Bobcats. Hayes barking out the signal. Direct snap to Tate Ring, and he'll plow ahead for a gain of 1 yard up to the 35. It'll be second down and 9. On that first drive of the game, we saw Tate Ring able to get through there. Actually, it wasn't the first drive. It was the second drive of the game that he was able to push through there, get a few yards. But since then, Bobcats haven't done a whole lot out there. And, they got to go to the air, but just have not been able to convert on some plays so far.
Yeah, it's a really interesting quandary is you've got to be able to run the ball somewhat effectively. You can't always be in second and third and 10. But you also have to mix it up. You have to be able to throw on early downs.
Gomez comes in motion. They pass to the near side. Try to flip it back. That's a fumble. Or maybe they're going to call that incomplete. We'll see. Corey Smith caught it and threw it back and did not convert with the man he was trying to pitch it back to, and it should be Valley ball here.
Yeah.
That's when you gotta even if it's drawn up like that, you gotta make the call and you gotta be like, let's not.
It was not a good
decision.
It wasn't a good decision because it wasn't a good pitch. He threw it behind him.
They are going to call it incomplete.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's a little bit of a bailout right there. Luckily for the Bobcats, as they rule it incomplete because he caught it and pitched. It wasn't like he caught it and dropped it immediately.
So here's two things. In my opinion, that was a fumble, and I don't think that's all that rare to say. I think that's pretty clear. But if, say, it was incomplete, that's almost something like an illegal forward pass because they would have to say that Corey was the one trying to throw it forward.
Well, he threw it back.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying is there's no way he didn't catch it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they called there or how they got to that result.
3 wide receiver formation. Yohan Gomez in the slot to the far side of the field. The throw to Corey Smith. Beautiful catch up at the 40-yard line. And he's pushed out of bounds on that Bobcat bench. And finally, they target the guy I was mentioning, Cam Kribari, as he is targeted right there. A flag comes down late after the play is over. As we take a look at that one, a beautiful connection with Hayes.
This is where you have to win. Corey does a great job of winning. Jacob throws it right over the head, and then they call him for the flag, spinning him down out of bounds. But that was the play we talked about early in this game, is that there's going to be opportunities for the wide receivers just to go up and beat their man.
So personal foul on the Valley Tigers will push the ball down into the red zone. The Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone. Ethington Heating and Cooling, we're not comfortable until you are. So the Bobcats operating now inside Valley territory for the first time tonight with 36 seconds to go in a high-scoring first quarter. 28-0. Valley leads it against the Bobcats in the pistol formation. Handoff right side goes to Xavier Anderson, and he's going to be dropped for a 2-yard loss. That'll bring up second down and 12, ball resting near the middle of the field. As, Valley has done a really nice job to pursue. That's one thing I've seen from their defensive side. They pursue well and bring multiple guys to bring that ball carrier down.
Well, yeah, and that man defense, they allow their linebackers to roam all around to go straight to the ball. It's what I really love about Price, their middle linebacker, number 4.
Hayes with a hard count draws the Valley Tigers offside, and that will be the end of the first quarter. But it will bring down a better second down situation as the Bobcats will move it ahead. It'll be second down and 7 when we come back. As I believe might get an untimed down here. It should be a untimed down here. You can't end the half on a penalty, but we will. And that will end the first quarter of play. Bobcats trailing big, but they're deep inside Valley territory. 28-0. Tigers on top of the Bobcats at Leonard Cole Field on KFJB-TV.
Bobcats do have 96 yards on the night in rushing so far.
Out of that came on one play, the opening play of the game with Tate Ring. Kuzaro comes in motion. Hayes drops back, looks to pass. He's got him in the flat. That's Tate Ring, makes the catch. He's up to midfield. He breaks away at the 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Tate Ring, his second one of the night. Bobcats moving it into Valley territory as we begin the second quarter momentarily. Right now, Corey Smith, though, 32-yard reception is what set them up, and then a personal foul on Valley moved it into the red zone. Bobcats got something going as they start the second quarter here after the offside penalty. It's second down and 8. Hayes calls for it, and a little out route. That's going to be pass interference on the Valley Tigers, as Corey Smith was being held on the far side by Isaiah Pinks. And so that will pick up the Bobcats a first down, as most likely this will be first and goal on the next play for the Bobcats.
Yeah, just held him out of his break. Really aggressive. We talked about that Valley aggressive defense there. Corey did a nice job of burying him on the route and then kicking back to the outside and picking up the first down through the penalty. Really like to see we've got a 6'4 guy wearing number 84. See if there's maybe a passing play down to him around the seams or whatnot. Allow him to use his big basketball frame to go get it.
He wrestles, though.
I know. He's got a basketball frame for me, and that bothers me.
That's for sure. Johan Gomez, a terrific wrestler as well. He's in the slot now as he moves down to the bottom side of your TV screen. As the Bobcats trailing at 28-0. A rollout near side to Jacob Hayes. Goes to the back of the end zone over the fingertips of Johan Gomez. Good play call, but that ball floated out there just a little bit too far for his junior tight end intended target in Johan Gomez. But you just alluded to it. That's what they needed to do and just missed it.
It seemed like he lost his feet late.
Yeah.
Because that was put out to where if he got to that back to that corner, that was 6.
That'll bring up 2nd down and goal at the 8-yard line. Bobcats in the red zone for the first time tonight. And it looks like we're going to see a timeout on the field as the officials call for a timeout. Johan Gomez has to scramble off the field. And I'm not sure why. Caleb Kuzro hustled in for him. All right, so the play clock got going too fast. We're being told by Keith Stewart down there on the sideline. 11:49 in the second quarter.
It's great to have a sideline reporter like Keith Stewart, for sure.
Couldn't ask for a better one.
I guess it's running down to 25 seconds when they started now.
All right, so Hayes in the pistol here with Tate Ring. The deep back going to the air. Hayes has to drop back. He looks over the middle of the field. He finds Tate Ring, but he is eaten up in the backfield, and it's going to be a loss of nearly 3, possibly 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 12-yard line. So nearly 13-yard line. And that play right there, sometimes you just want to throw that one into the turf because losing yards not the best option either.
No, they had set it up well. They had set the screen up well earlier, but this one, Valley had definitely sniffed it out.
3rd and goal at the 12-yard line. Probably 4-down territory here, down 28-0, wouldn't you think? Snap is high, brings it down, looks over the middle of the field, and it's picked. It's going to be incomplete. Flags fly in the back of the end zone. I think we're going to see pass interference on Valley as 2 guys just ran right into Caleb Kuzaro on the pass. Not a great pass anyway, but Bobcats get bailed out again as it will be half the distance to the goal here, and it should be an automatic 1st down. So pass interference on the Valley Tigers.
Will be.
Looked like, I thought Jaden McGregory got the interception, but they said it must have hit the turf.
Hit the turf as well. But really, that's going to be a big growing point for Jacob. We've talked a lot about it. He will go into coverage over the middle, almost like he knows where he's going to go, regardless of what's going to happen. It's like me playing Madden back in the day. It's like I'm going to throw it up to Randy Moss no matter what, regardless if he's triple covered.
Still working out the penalty yardage. Should be 1st and goal from about the 6 or so. Ball was at the 12.
They're looking at the 8, which doesn't make any sense.
Can you get the coach and the ref on the other side?
And it will go to the 6. So my quick math is doing well tonight, Dylan.
I like it. You are a true professional.
And I mean, not to hammer the officials, but I figured this out about 2 minutes ago.
They just like the night out there. We talked about
it's a beautiful night. Yeah, I mean it's really, it's week 9. I got nothing better to do.
If we don't know what their district schedule is, maybe this is their last game as a crew this year, and they want to spend time together.
A little kumbaya moment here for them. So now we get confirmation again on the pass interference. So it's going to be third down. I don't understand. This happened last week, too.
Yeah, it must be. The high school rule must not have an automatic first down, which does not make – it's always interesting when they just change.
Hand off Tate Ring. He's going to bounce it out to the far side, and Valley is right there. And those plays outside are not working here tonight. This is a team that pursues really well. It's going to be a loss of 1. So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 7-yard line of the far side hash. And just, I think more success possibly just going straight up the middle.
Well, and I just, if they're running it like that on 3rd down, they're probably going to go for it. But I just don't understand it at the core of those runs have not been available. Mm-hmm. That line has been crashed in on since a few positive plays early.
Pistol formation. Tate Ring still the deep back. Corey Smith on the bottom side of your screen. Jacob Hayes calls for it. Valley jumps offside. Wow. So half the distance, it'll be 4th and goal from about the 3.5-yard line. And this is going to help out the Bobcats tremendously. You think about running it? The Bobcats did that tush push, but then Adam corrected me. Adam Goodvin, head coach, corrected me and said we've been working on quarterback sneaks. So I think he's old school and is not buying into the whole tush push movement.
You know what? If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, looks like a duck, it's a duck. That's a tush push.
All right, so out of the shotgun formation for the Bobcats, 3 wide receivers out there. Kuzero's in the slot on the near side. They're going to go to Kuzero, dump it out, and it's short. And Hayes is brought down late. It's incomplete. Turnover on downs for the second time tonight for the Bobcat offense as they were in the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone.
We were there for a while, but man alive, just could not get it done. I thought play calling was interesting down there. Execution was even more interesting, and the Bobcats take a lot of penalties given to them, a lot of penalty yards just handed out to the Bobcats, and they came up empty.
That's when you need 6.
Yep.
No doubt about it. So turnover on downs. This will be the worst starting field position of the night for the Valley Tigers as they start on their own 4-yard line. Ball on the far side hash. They'll run it with Head. He comes right up the gut as he runs over a couple of Bobcats, including Lincoln Barker and Xavier Anderson on the bottom of that pile. And right there on first down, he picks up 6 yards. It's 2nd and 4. Actually, no, they mark it ahead. So it's going to be a pickup of nearly 7 yards.
You just see defensive lines just getting buried. And Xavier Anderson was able to grab just a fingertip and rode him down after 7 yards.
Well, Head stands to the left of his quarterback. He'll run straight ahead. He's got the first down as he's over the 15. Spotted at the 17. That'll move the chains. And another pickup of 5 yards for Head. And it seems like he can pretty much do anything he wants. He's fallen ahead for at least 5 yards or more.
Yeah, and they're starting to crash Xavier Anderson, basically almost like a run blitz from that outside. And even with that extra defender up front, they are just absolutely mauling the defensive line, that there is no resistance up there.
Head 6 carries, 99 yards. He ran at 6 carries last year for only 41 yards. Much different this year. Already a couple of touchdown runs to his name as well. High snap, they bring it down to Groot, hands it off to Head. Head breaks an ankle tackle at the 20. Oh, no. He cuts back at midfield at the 30, and he's long gone. One man to beat, and Kuzro will catch him and push him out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And inside the 20, a flag flies late on the far sideline. And Valley Tigers in the red zone just like that.
Valley? You get the handoff here, bounces to the right. Lincoln Barker did not set the edge, and then it's just Tecmo Bowl crossing sideline to sideline. And if Caleb Kusero didn't have the jetpack on, it would be an issue. Yeah, and they said he rode him and swirled him down out of bounds, much like they did on this side. I think they've been pretty quick on the whistle on both sides on those plays where it's really hard.
I mean, like you said, it could be their last night officiating this year. You want to get your money's worth.
That's right.
You didn't bring that flag to put it in your pocket the whole game.
I couldn't say it better myself. I'm a big believer. If you have a handkerchief or a flag or anything in your
you better
pocket,
use it.
You want to use it.
Even if you don't even need to blow your nose and put that dirty handkerchief back in your pocket, you use it.
You want to just send it out. It's
you want to gross everyone out. 28 to nothing is the score. Valley Tigers in the red zone. Head, he's got blockers. He bounces off a Bobcat. That's Kuzero. As Kuzero drags him down at the 5. Damon Head with a nice run on first down of 5 yards.
Caleb's done a nice job. You see Caleb coming up, not afraid of the smoke, getting a tackle there. He has shown a lot of grit here in this defensive drive. Has made a nice couple tackles, chasing down Head after the long run. And Head is now also almost over 1,000 yards for the year rushing.
8 minutes to go before halftime. Already 28-0 Tigers here at Leonard Cole Field. They'll clap for it, hands it off to Head. They'll stretch it to the left side and easily walking in. It's Damon Head with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night as the Valley Tigers extend their lead 34-0.
Not much else can be said.
No.
This is not a single stall garage. That is a 2-stall garage. That's how much width is on there. He's just able to pull into whichever lot he wants.
How about Matt Booth putting a Bobcat on, getting the pancake? You know, that's what I want from Varsity Bound. I want the pancake stat. You talked about that earlier with Madden.
Yeah.
The video game. They always kept track of the pancakes.
Especially if you had Orlando Pace back in the day. I thought you were trying to shout out for a Perkins sponsorship and get them delivered up here.
Do they have paleo pancakes? You think?
I don't know. We could go get a box of the...
Do they have gluten-free muffins?
They might. You never know.
I think I know the answer. They probably do not. They probably do not.
If you work at Perkins or have ever worked at Perkins and you're watching on KFJB-tv,
if you've ever gone to Perkins.
Yeah, please comment below. If you're currently at Perkins watching us on your phone.
7:51 in the second quarter. Bobcats down big, 35-0 in week number 9 here tonight. I'm Brandon Lewis, still in Doze alongside me. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to hit the like button and support what we do here at KFJB-tv, and subscribe as well to get upcoming game alerts. Yes, it's all free. Don't be like my dad. Is it free? Yes, of course it's free. We don't charge you anything.
No, it's the only thing that's taxing is our jokes.
That is true. I'm going to go online and I'm going to like the broadcast myself.
I like it.
I'll add to it. We've got 6. We need to get now we got 8. Thank you for listening out there. We appreciate your support. Kickoff all brought to you by 5 Star Real Estate Group. It is away and will be hitting down at the 10-yard line. Awkwardly bounces as Kuzero picks it up. He'll come near side, puts a hand on the back of one of his blockers, and he'll be out of bounds shy of the 20-yard line up at the 18. So that is where the Bobcats will take over and try to get themselves on the board just before halftime here tonight. By the way, I do want to mention that coming up after the game tonight, we will name our Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill player of the game. Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill in Marshalltown. I know they're showing Bobcat games on KFJB-tv. Shout out to everybody down there as you can visit them for dine-in, patio, or to go, or visit them pre- or post-game. I don't think they have any paleo pancakes after the game, though, unfortunately. But coming up at halftime, if you missed any of our players of the game each week, we will highlight those players at halftime. So stick around, Dylan. Hayes passes quickly out to Tate Rang, caught up at the 25-yard line. Good connection, quickly getting it out of his hands. That's where we've seen the sophomore signal caller at his most successful states is when he has those quick releases, those quick targets.
You see this as just Tate does a great job of getting 25 and sitting down. A little bit of a zone there. And it really is where you eliminate the guesswork for Jacob. He's his most effective.
Hayes in the pistol. Hard count again, and Valley jumps offside, and they say just in the neutral zone. Jump back in time. Hayes looking to the far side of the field, and Kuzaro being held is out. Yep, there comes the flag. See, I told you, they did not come to the game to hold on to the flag in week number 9.
Somebody's going to need to see the trainer at halftime. Somebody's going to tear their shoulder out.
Tendonitis for that official on the near side here.
If we see him stop going over the top and kind of sidearm it, you know that he's done something to that joint in his shoulder.
Mm-hmm. So pass interference. Now we'll pick up a first down for the Bobcats. I've got good news for you. We're up to 12 likes on this broadcast tonight.
See, I've always been a proponent of selfish self-promotion.
If we get to 25 likes and we get to 700 subscribers tonight, because we're at 6, well, let's set a 690.
Okay.
690 on the subscribe. You and I are going to have a kickoff next week, and we'll post a video on our.
We'll do it.
Yeah. And I will drill a 40-yarder for everyone to see. I promise.
All right, I'll hold
Maybe
that.
we can get Johan Gomez in the challenge as well. Here comes Hayes. He fires out to the near side. Caught by Corey Smith out at the 44-yard line. Good, quick connection right there. Maybe a little bit of a coaching up here in this first half to get Jacob Hayes releasing those balls and making those decisions a little bit quicker.
I like it. Just quick roll out there and way to get the hands up quick. He even slipped out of his route, but Corey got his hands up quickly and was able to pick it out of the air. Jacob, when you look at the straight numbers, not too bad here tonight. He is sitting at 8 of 16 for 77 yards.
Second down and 7 yards to go. And Tatering bounces outside. He's outside. The number's at the 50. I think we're going to see Aiden Smitherman holding downfield on the Bobcats. This one going to be coming back.
Such a rough deal because it was a perfect play call. They were blitzing off that right side, and Tate went right where they ain't and pick up. And Aiden, the sophomore, had to sustain that block for a while. He should just let it go.
You know what my grandma used to say about the word ain't?
Ain't a word, and I ain't going to say it no more.
Correct.
There we go.
You know what she also said? She used to make my sister read the Golden Rule out of the Bible.
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Correct.
See, I think you and me and your grandmother are the same person. We have all the same sayings.
R.I.P. Graham. At least you're
I'm still
here.
Living.
Still here with us. We appreciate that. As we appreciate you watching tonight on KFJB-TV. We're almost up to 25 likes. We're at 17. Hayes drops back on 2nd and long and incomplete. Smitherman heard footsteps. That one also a little bit too low for him, and it will bring up 3rd down and 8 with 5.5 minutes to go before halftime.
Yeah, you can kind of see as the game has progressed, and sometimes this happened with Jacob, is his throws are just erratic. They should be simple, kind of just put it on the numbers, and his arm angles can kind of get off. He doesn't have the same mechanics every single time. It kind of go ebbs and flows. So struggling to put it right on the numbers.
Bobcats will go back to the air. Designed rollout to the near side. Hayes will have to tuck it as he's brought down. It's a sack in the backfield. Coming up with a play for the Valley Tigers. It's a sack for Colin Straker, CA, the junior.
You see this rollout. He's got to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But just when he was about to get rid of it, as he saw streaking, I believe Corey Smith was getting open on the sideline. He was swallowed up by the Tigers.
So here comes the special teams unit for the Bobcats with 4.5 minutes and counting in the second quarter. Johan Gomez back to punt this one away. Finks is back to return. High snap. Gomez brings it down. Line drive up at the 40-yard line. This one's going to take a big hop. They'll return it with McGregory on the far side up to the midfield. He's got blockers in front of him. Pushes Kuzaro out of his way. He's down to the 30. Still moving the pile. Down inside into the red zone as a huge return by Jaden McGregory. As so far this year, 5 returns averaging nearly 18 yards a return. And it looks like we initially had somebody down there, but getting up slowly for Valley as well as the Bobcats.
just getting planted, that whole one. From the terrible snap, Johan's able to get it off, but it's a low-line drive punt, give him a little bit of a running head start, and he just started running over, running by, and running through Bobcats.
That is a big return for the wide receiver in Jaden McGregory, and he's a sophomore, so still sticking around a few more years for the Valley Tigers. 35-0 is our score. 4 minutes to go before halftime. We'll take a timeout. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Welcome back to Leonard Cole Field. 35-0 Tigers leading the Bobcats with 4 minutes to go before halftime, and it was Kuzero who unfortunately got pushed to the side on that return by McGregory. He's the man down, and it looks like an ankle injury with that left ankle bothering him, hobbling off the field for the Bobcats. So unfortunate to see right there for the senior as he's helped off.
And he has played so tough here tonight. Yeah, that doesn't look real great.
That is for sure.
Hopefully he's going to be all right.
So off the field, a clap for him from the Bobcat faithful. As Valley into the red zone on the return, they start with it at the 19-yard line. Head gets the handoff, breaks in a tackle, spin move out of a tackle down to the 10, nearly the 10-yard line, spotted at the 12. So it's a good run for Damon Head, who already has 3 rushing touchdowns. He'll add to his 181 already rushing yardage on the night.
And that puts him up at 181. He needs 2 more yards to hit 1,000 on the year.
Clock counting near 3.5 minutes to go on Brandon Lewis. Dylan Dose alongside me. Thanks for joining us here on KFJB-TV. Week 9 of the high school football season. Drake DeGroot, sophomore signal caller. He'll hand it off to Head. Off of right guard he goes, cuts it right back towards the middle of the field, runs over a Bobcat into the back of the end zone. And it's touchdown number 4 for Damon Head, as he's at 188 on the night with that rushing touchdown. Tigers 41-0 on top of the Cats.
See it right here. It's just that little motion. Didn't need the window dressing because Valley just opened up the highway, and Head hit the end zone for the 4th time.
Rico Alvarenga on for the PAT. And he nails this one again. He's a perfect 6 of 6 PATs tonight. Tigers now up 42-0 with 3:22 to go in the second quarter as the Bobcats one more possession most likely before halftime here tonight. Coming up at halftime, we'll get you stats, halftime adjustments. Also take a look at our players of the game from each week of the high school football season. We'll talk to Dylan about what he's doing for the weekend, and also what maybe he's decided on he's going to wear for Halloween. And we'll also get you a scoreboard update. We'll also do that right now, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan, scores around there. By the way, Nevada Cubs are real. Yeah, they are for real.
Nevada's taking care of the bottling company city of Atlantic, 12-0 in quarter number 2. Waukee Northwest is up 21-0 on Ames in the second. Ankeny leads Cedar Rapids, Washington, 21-0. Solon up on the Trojans of South Tama, 28-0. And West Marshall's playoff hopes seem to be pretty short as they are down 35-0 halftime to New Hampton.
Wow. The Chickasaws. Actually, I should have quizzed you. I didn't know if you knew that. Chickasaws?
And they're in Chickasaw County, correct?
Correct, they are. Five-star real estate group. Kickoff is away. This one going to be into the end zone for a touchback. And with 3:21 second quarter, Bobcats will take over at the 20-yard line as Jacob Hayes and crew will be out there. You know, there's been some bright spots on offense, but obviously that's been the bugaboo here tonight.
Yeah, bright.
A couple turnover on downs, turnover.
It's at points it's been a bit like when you go camping and it's a pitch black night and you can see a handful of stars perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit what night has been. It's because the small bright spots are brought by a lot of just ineffectiveness.
Roll out near side for Hayes, evades a defender. He's going to spin move, and they're going to be short of the line of scrimmage. He'll be brought down in the backfield. And a couple guys in there to make the play again, including who already had a sack here tonight, number 91, Colin Straker, CA. 3.5 total tackles so far this season, as he's played well here tonight.
Really, that Valley defense, if Jacob's not getting it out right away, they have been able to beat their men up front and be able to bring a lot of pressure. It seems as the second quarter continues to roll on, Jacob's getting more and more pressure now. 2 sacks on the night for Valley.
He's hard count, gets it. He has got Smitherman open. Smitherman, another terrific catch out of the kind of the slot on the near side as he just kind of reached back and caught that one. He has nearly a first down up at the 29-yard line. They'll be a yard short. He'll bring up 3rd down and 1 from the near side hash as we take a look at the replay.
You see Jacob throws it a little bit behind him, but thank goodness for those gloves and the stickiness of them as Aiden Smitherman with another great catch, number 2 on the night for the sophomore.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential going forward next year and even the year beyond that, with the depth that has been brought up here with playing time for some of those sophomores. Jacob Hayes runs high. He's going to be short of the first down. Got to get a little bit lower on those quarterback sneaks, as it looked like he got maybe a half yard. He'll be at the 29-yard line. 4th and 1 for the Bobcats. I imagine this is 4-down territory, already trailing 42-0 with 90 seconds to go before halftime.
Yeah, he's just got to find a way to be 5'6" in that pile. He has got to get low because he, as you said, he stands up. He's so much surface area to hit, and it also takes away the ability to really drive your legs and churn out those last couple feet.
Out of the pistol formation, Hayes in the backfield. Hard count here. They're trying to get Valley offside again. We might see a timeout. Bobcats do have 2 timeouts to go before halftime. They'll take 1 right here. So 1:05 to go before halftime. I would imagine we'd still see the offense go for it right here. You really have nothing to lose.
Yeah, and if Valley's going to come back with the same, they were bringing up a safety blitz. They were bringing all 11 up in the box. This is an opportunity where you could see something like Johan Gomez, instead of blocking, just leak it out. You'll see that play. San Francisco uses it quite a bit with George Kittle. You'll see it with some other tight end plays as well, because I think the middle of the field's going to be wide open.
So the Bobcat defense this year, as they have allowed 31.5 points a game. They've allowed more than that here in just the first half. Bobcat offense only averaging 14 points a game, but, you know, next year, same schedule reversed. You get more games at home, 5 home games next year. Fairly favorable. And then you think, you know, obviously juniors going to be seniors next year. These sophomores going to be junior. You know, get them in there for another year. The weight program, all that kind of training and everything. I mean, it's definitely looking bright for the Bobcats as they pack it in tight here. Go for it on 4th, and I don't think they're going to get it. It's going to be a turnover on downs for the Bobcats. It looks to be, and now they're finally moving the.
They're going to give it to them.
All right, a late turn there, and they're going to say Jacob Hayes picked up the first down. I thought they pushed him back initially, but once he maybe rolled off the pile near side, they gave him that forward progression. And we'll see if the Bobcats do stay aggressive here near halftime to get themselves back on the board, or on the board for the first time here tonight, trailing 42-0. Hayes in the pistol. A full house formation. 2 wide receivers. Smith on the bottom side of your screen. They're going to go to Smith. He's got a beat on the DB, pulling from behind, and there comes the flag. That'll get the ball up near about the 45-yard line. After that is marked off, maybe up near midfield. And so 20 seconds to go before halftime. Bobcats have been helped out by plenty of flags tonight.
And that was very clear.
Just dragging him down.
He was dragging him down the last about 5 yards there, even earlier than what we saw there on that replay. From about the 47 to the 40.
You feel like this could be like a 42-21 game if the Bobcats have executed. You know, they were down in the red zone forever, and they got down to the other end a little bit. You know, I mean, they've been making some plays. They've been able to move the ball a little bit, but definitely doesn't feel like it should be a 42-0 shutout at the break. So the clock counting now at 13 seconds. Quick pass out to the near side, caught by Corey Smith, and he gets tied up with the DB and Pinks.
They're going to call it a pick.
And are going to call it an interception. So Isaiah Pinks with his third interception of the season for the Valley Tigers at midfield. And 4 seconds on the clock before halftime. We'll see if they run another play, but Pinks has been pretty good on that near side here.
And Jacob's just not accurate. He is not throwing it to his spot. He's missing his spot at different points. Coach Goodvin's arguing that almost like the tie goes to the runner.
Yep.
And in that case, that is what happens, but I believe that it was first picked off by Pinks, and Corey just tried to wrestle it away from him.
Bobcats will put 4 DBs back at the 20-yard line. Valley's going to hand it off to Mason, the bigger running back. He's in there on this play, breaks tackles, and puts a shoulder into Bobcat as he crosses over the 40-yard line. And that is the tough man down there, number 13, Nick Wise. Got a shoulder right into him. He looks a little bit slow getting up, but he looks to be all right. And we head to the break as the band makes its way out on the field. Kuzaro limping, unfortunately. Bobcats overall limping into the halftime break at this one, trailing 42-0. Adjustments, stats. We'll take a look at some highlights as well, too, as a halftime report coming up next right here on KFJB-tv.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated, and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends at their outdoor patio, Gutter Point, for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. Daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social, South 6th Street, Marshalltown.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
KFJB-tv presents the Bobcat Halftime Report.
At halftime, 42-0. Bobcats trailing to the Valley Tigers in week number 9. Valley Tigers needing a win tonight to get themselves in the playoffs, and they are doing just that.
Yeah, they are on their way to getting that victory and just crushing crushing fashion and see if they can sneak in. Big thing which will cause this team to be successful is they can run the football in postseason. Really their bugaboo is that outside, the defense with the corner one-on-one coverage. They have opportunities to get burned as well.
Outside of a few big plays, the Corey Smith play for 32 yards. He's got 3 receptions for 41 as we see one of the one-handed catches by Aiden Smitherman, as he's made a couple of really nice catches here tonight. 2 catches for 22 yards. Outside of just a few plays here tonight that have been good, not a whole lot going on as the Bobcats have gotten into Valley territory but have not done anything to do with it. And Johan Gomez also had a nice catch.
Yeah, the catches that we've seen some magical, as they're about to do some Disney songs for the band, as I'm a proud band dad, so I have to mention that. There's some magical catches happening out there. You see Corey Smith with a big grab here. That's where the opportunity to gain yards on this Valley Tigers defense is.
That is for sure, although an interception by Jacob Hayes there near halftime as Isaiah Pinks picked him off. So Valley 42-0. Really the story has been Damon Head. He has 4 of those Valley touchdowns here tonight.
Yeah, he's got 11 carries for 201 yards. He went over 1,000 yards on the year, and man, oh man, we are having a ton of problems with tackling him. His lowest run was for 2 yards, and that was because the end zone got in his way.
Yeah, he's had a good first half, that is for sure. Coming up in our halftime coverage, we'll break down more stats and also gets Dylan's adjustments. All brought to you by Kins Transmission in Marshalltown. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Taking a look at some of our Calvin Rockets Bar and Grill players of the game from throughout the 2023 season. We'll name our Calvin Rocket player of the game. Coming up as Calvin Rocket awards a free handheld to the Bobcat player of the game. Last week was pretty special. 141 rushing yards and a touchdown, and also 3 receptions, 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. 92 was the long right there for Tate Ring. That was a pretty good one, but, you know, I know that the Bobcats lost to Ames, but my favorite one of them all had to be Davis Ragland because he's worked so hard throughout the whole season. He got himself a pick 6 that night, and obviously Bobcats came up short, but he's been the definition of heart, hustle, and muscle this season for the Bobcats.
He's the guy that maybe off the stats sheet doesn't jump off, but he's the one that allows people to make plays. He's where he needs to be. He's the one that's the safety valve. And from everything that I've heard, also a tremendous young man.
Yeah.
So So having that combination, we're going to miss, not being able to cover him anymore, but really appreciate.
Well, he's only a junior.
He's only a junior. Well, I'm not going to miss him for that long. You didn't let me finish. I'm going to miss him for the next 10 months.
Okay.
And then
all
get
right.
to cover him.
Okay, now we're on the same page.
I was off on my roster here.
Yep. Well, I don't think you were looking at your roster because I put your roster together.
I was looking up, and you see junior there, but I was looking at senior with Corey Smith, who's 17.
That's fine. Hey, every day's your first day. I get it.
That's right.
Hey,
tough work environment.
Time for a regional scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. I know we talked about it. The Nevada Cubs running all over the Atlantic Bottlers here tonight.
Yeah, it's a Pepsi night in Atlantic. It's 28-0 Nevada. Grundy Center leads Cascade 22-7. Newton, the Cardinals, taking on the Des Moines Hoover 27-0 Newton. Joaquin Northwest 35, Ames nothing at halftime. And then you get Southeast Polk against Des Moines Lincoln. That is 41-0 at halftime.
Wow. Not surprising there.
No.
I mean, Southeast Polk, really, really good. And we saw them in their overtime game against Dowling, and just a great game. But I'll tell you what, there's not many teams that are going to be able to run past Southeast Polk.
No, this is when it said that Dowling was number 2, Southeast Polk was number 1, the voters were right, because that was a very, very close game. And I know I mentioned it earlier, but it came down to that 4th and goal from about the half-yard line, and we both thought he was stopped short until right at the end he was able to reach it over the goal line. Southeast Polk retained that number 1 ranking, and I assume tonight will not change that whatsoever.
No, definitely will not. As we look at the Class 5A RPI and rankings, Valley is at 18. They need to get to 16. To get in the playoffs. They need to pass Iowa City West and Davenport West. I would imagine with their strength of schedule and getting to 4 wins, depending on what one of the 4 and 5 teams do here tonight, they should be in the playoffs, but they do control their own destiny and taking care of it here tonight, 42-0 at the break. We'll get halftime stats and adjustments coming up next. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Why choose Marshalltown Community College for your education?
A quality education.
Hands-on career training.
Convenient on-campus living.
One-on-one attention from my instructors.
Earning my AA degree and transferring to university, all while saving money.
Why was MCC the right choice for me? The great student activities and the friends I met.
2 convenient locations and the option to take online classes.
The right choice is MCC.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Jensen Ford, with you every mile along the way. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse. Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com. Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown, more than ever. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
Now time for a look at our stats at halftime, presented by Ken's Transmission of Marshalltown. Damon Head, undoubtedly the leading rusher from tonight in that first half.
Yes, he is. We can also see this is what happened when Disney buys out Star Wars. Darth Vader leads Disney music. Yeah, Damon Head's been phenomenal tonight. 11 carries, 4 touchdowns, 201 of the 237 rushing yards for Valley. When you look at Drake DeGroot, He's 4 of 4, has not thrown the ball in a while. 4 of 4 for 53 yards and 2 touchdowns. One of those to Darius Mason, the other to Jaden Brown. In total, there is 290 total yards of offense for Valley en route to 42 points. For the Bobcats, they have 87 total yards, -2 on the ground, sadly, with Tate Ring leading the way with 8 carries for 11 yards. Jacob Hayes is 9 of 19 for 89 yards, did throw a pick there late. His number one receivers are Aiden Smitherman has 2 catches for 22 yards. Corey Smith has 3 for 41 yards, and that's en route to the 87 total yards, resulting in 0 points for the Bobcats.
They've had their chances in that first half, have not been able to execute. What's your Kent's transmission adjustments for the second half, Dylan?
It's let's turn this into a war movie. Let's hit the head. That's about what we've got to do. Is Damon Head has got to be tackled. The Bobcats are just avoiding him at all costs, but the end zone is calling his name.
Very descriptive here tonight.
Yes. One thing I would also say,
getting lost in this Disney show at halftime.
The halftime adjustment that I would make is more video of the Barry sax player.
Oh, is that Aladdin right there?
It is. Yeah.
Wow.
He's our neighbor. He is. He's very good.
Did he fly here on a carpet? What's going on?
If he did, I should have grabbed a ride.
Well, no, you would have had to swing by to Zeno's and get our pizza on the way in. By the way, it was pizza night in the coach's box tonight.
And we got lucky. We went to Zeno's because Brandon, as many know, is gluten-free. So I was like, I'll just do the gluten-free.
Living that G-free lifestyle, baby.
I'll do that with him.
Yep.
We get here, and Mark Bohan, who has been the ringleader of the press box fiestas, said, we're having pizza night. We've been planning for tours. He says, I found the pizza warmer. You can warm 5 pizzas at once. I couldn't pick it up. So we're having cold pizza up in the press box. But we
got warm pizza
because we went to Zeno's.
Yeah, that's for sure, and it was good.
It was.
I went basic. I went pepperoni and black olive, and you went straight up cheese.
I went straight up cheese. Well,
I don't know if that was vegan cheese though.
No, it was straightforward. I went vegetarian tonight. But in teenage fashion, my 13-year-old split the pizza with him. Then, because we are sponsored by Little Debbie's back there, he had a Little Debbie. And then right afterwards, he goes, Dad, I forgot my wallet. Can you give me money for snacks? I was like, I literally just gave you all this food. I'm not giving you more money.
Yeah, that is for sure. At the break, 42-0, Bobcats trailing. We'll have a running clock in the second half. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Have you ever seen what it takes to fix a transmission? It takes a lot of patience, a lot of experience, and a whole lot of talent. At Ken's Transmission, they have all the above. Family owned and operated with over 62 years of experience in all areas of transmission, keeping your vehicle shifting smoothly and routine maintenance, repair, and replacement, including automatic and manual. For reputable service you can trust, Ken's Transmission. Ken's Transmission at 306 East Ensign Street in Marshalltown is a proud sponsor of the Marshalltown Bobcats.
Welcome back to Leonard Cole Field as it's the Bobcats and the Tigers here on KFJB-TV. Taking a look at the one and only Keith Stewart's here on KFJB-TV. Thanks so much. It's week number 9. Yay! We got Keith waving as Keith has done a great job. And there's Joe. Yes.
There's Joe. Oh, he's not a crook.
He is a man of the peace. Yes. Joseph Cornwell, recent graduate, UNI Panther. Oh, we're going to play this game back and forth with Keith.
I like to call him Joseph Corn real well. He does a real good job out there.
Keith, we got to get Todd Steinkamp, our producer, here on KFJB-TV, as well as doing a great job this season. I think we were trying to get Zach a stat as well, but Zach,
there's Todd.
Zach's at the concession stand normally. There's Todd. There we go.
There we go. Hey, that's me.
Hey, that's you and me. I'm always behind the window pane. There we go. There we go. Anyway, thanks so much for watching us tonight on KFJB-TV. Zach Estat's around here somewhere.
I think he's two.
I think we finally got.
Tacos
There he is.
deep.
Oh, hey,
there he is.
Look at that hippie.
Oh, it's been a fun year.
It has, yeah.
It's been a good year.
Got just a few more minutes, about a minute left to go before the second half here tonight, as Bobcats will try to get a score. I tell you, we always have fun times, though. Like, it doesn't matter whether it's 42-0 our way or the other way. Unless there's gunshots, it ends the party early.
We still got to go to Sonic. No, it really, but that's at the end of the day. You know what we do with our Friday nights? Mm-hmm. We go to football games, and we
stay away from our wives.
Yeah. Well, I'm not putting it that way.
Well, I'm not saying we're trying to stay away. It's just
you're trying to get me in trouble, and I was trying to have a nice moment.
Oh,
no, but ultimately we get a.
You know that your wife literally only turned the broadcast on tonight to watch halftime. If she's not here.
No, she's here.
She's here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's not turned the broadcast on at all tonight.
No, she would never go to a sporting event, but you put a kid with a flume, I think is what they call them, out on the field with a berry sack, she will follow him to the ends of the earth.
Wow.
She is a full core
she's a band geek.
She's a band geek
yeah.
from way back. She's a band booster. She's all of the band things.
I like that about your wife. Did I ever tell you I played trumpet and tuba?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In college, baby.
You were a fighting Panther.
I did not play at UNI, though.
No, Iowa Lakes?
Iowa Lakes Community College.
Right.
Go Lakers. We will see a new kickoff man for the Bobcats, Johan Gomez. First kickoff of the game, though, so I guess I don't know. We did not kick away in that first half.
Usually Luis Mangay is.
Yeah. As Luis had a few touchbacks last week. Here goes Gomez. He'll boot it deep, and it's down to the 10-yard line as Craycraft is backing up. He'll take it at the seams. He's got blockers, and Xavier Anderson brings him down, wrestling style, riding him down at the 38-yard line, and that is where the Valley Tigers will begin this opening drive of the second half. So damage done in the first half, and even more potentially here for the Valley Tigers is not only do they dominate the first half, but get the opening kickoff to begin the second half, as we do have a running clock in the second half tonight.
Yeah, and we'll be looking at probably some second-teamers and the like coming in here pretty quickly, if not already, for the Valley Tigers.
Ethan Stemler, the backup quarterback, a junior at 5'11", 165, 19-29 this year for 226 yards, a couple touchdowns, and an interception. He throws his second interception of the season. Rogelio Sarin up at the 40-yard line, and it's a turnover forced by the Bobcats.
Yeah, I think he overthrew his under route or underthrew his over route, but Rogelio Sarin was playing right in between. You see this right here, stares him down, and he tried to go, I think he overthrew number 9, Trey Weedy.
Yeah, I think he got bumped there too, maybe when he was releasing that one, and that's why
Blake
he released.
Landeros getting a little bit of pressure there, I believe?
I did not see who was on the bottom side there, but Bobcats get the turnover, and they're at the Valley 39-yard line with 10.5 minutes and counting in the third quarter. Hayes stands in at quarterback in the pistol. Tate Ring is the running back. 3 wide receivers set. Drop back. It is a screen pass, and it will fall harmlessly. Incomplete as hitting the deck is a sophomore signal caller in Hayes, but we've called his name quite a few times. Colin Straker, CA. He's in there to get the pressure initially for the Valley Tigers.
Yeah, there's a whole point with a screen. You want to allow some pressure, but the Bobcats allowed him to get a little bit too much pressure, got right up in his face, and was able to tip the ball up.
Second down and 10. Ball on the far side hash. Bobcats driving west to east here at Leonard Cole Field. Roll out near side. Jacob Hayes looking to pass. He will go to Johan Gomez, but he stumbles at the 25. We've seen Johan kind of lose his balance when he's trying to get those extra footsteps in right before that ball gets to him. So third down and 10. Big pick, turnover, and quick. Just like this, you're behind schedule, and it's third and 10.
Yeah, and you've seen Gomez and you've seen Corey Smith as well. When they're going out on their break, they're struggling with their footing quite a bit, and that looked like that had a chance to be another big play. Do you go one-on-one? I like the matchup here on the near us with Judah Smith against Corey Smith.
They'll look to pass over the middle of the field, and Johan Gomez catches it. 25. He's loose all the way in for a Bobcat touchdown. 39-yard strike.
And that was a play we had talked a little bit about as the disco ball, the touchdown disco ball goes off right to us. As we talked about this play, hey, you could slip 84 through, and he went right behind the linebackers. Everyone was sucked up. Corey Smith knew it was a touchdown by the 22. That's 6 for the Bobcats.
And not only scoring the touchdown, but he's on for the PAT. It's Johan Gomez. As the hold is good by Xavier Anderson, but the kick is low, and Valley gets in there to block it, and it remains 42-6 with 8:46 to go in the third quarter on KFJB-TV.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
From all of us here at KFJB-TV, happy Halloween, Dylan.
Happy Halloween to you. What are you wearing for Halloween? Not currently. I'm staring at you currently.
I don't know.
I'm not one to usually dress up, but
My wife is really proud of hers, though, as the 5-star real estate group Kickoff is away. A low squibber down to the 20. And Craycraft picks it up, and he stood up at about the 26-yard line and pushed back. She got, have you seen the movie Hocus Pocus?
Yeah.
The I smell children part?
Yep.
She got a shirt that says that because she's got a baby in her belly. You know what I mean?
You're pregnant? No, I already knew that. Well, sounds fun.
I mean, I'm not pregnant.
No, wow. No, not technically.
Wow. Is that a joke? I know I need to lose some weight.
No.
8:07, third quarter, 42-6 the score now. And some of the backups in for the Valley Tigers. They will run it off of right guard, and
Robin Brooks.
Taking off is Brooks. Yeah, as Brooks makes his way through there. Junior running back at 5'5", 157. Kind of got lost in the shuffle back there, and then boom. Along the seam, he was able to pick up the first down up to the 40-yard line. So 14-yard pickup for the Valley Tigers. They'll break the huddle. Ethan Stemler, the backup quarterback who just threw an interception, is still in there on this play. He'll hand off to Brooks again. He'll go far side, and nearly a first down run again, pushed out of bounds right at midfield at the 50. Looks like that will move the chains. And back-to-back runs by the Valley Tigers have them in Bobcat territory.
Yeah, the backups may be in, but man alive, are they still able to kick open holes and make a big difference. Looking at number 72 specifically on that line, backup left tackle, and he's still a road grader, just a big human being able to just knock open some holes.
Valley will go to the air. They pass up to the 44-yard line. That is going to be caught and brought in by the receiver in Dante Segurata. Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
So Dante will make the catch, 5'9", 155 junior. Second and 4. As looks like Brooks will get the carry here and come near side. Jakari Clark, the running back, 5'9", 154. Looks like we have a penalty here on the Valley Tigers. So they're going to back them up. It was 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line, and it will be back on the other side of the field. So it'll be 2nd down and 11, and ball at the 49-yard line. We apologize for Dylan.
Oh.
Did we lose you there for a second? 2nd down and 11 at 5:40 and counting in the third quarter. And that one going to be incomplete. It looked like a tight end, backup tight end over the middle of the field, intended target in Jackson Cathcart, junior linebacker and / tight end, 5'11", 191, and incomplete. 3rd down and 11. We haven't seen the Valley Tigers backed up a whole lot behind the change.
No, Stemler on all his throws tend to be pretty high with that, and he threw that above the shoulders as well. Bobcats have to, if they can get some pressure, it looks like they're bringing 2-3 linebackers up.
Brooks, handoff, and a flag flies in late. Boy, a couple of guys getting into it back at the 50-yard line as Bain McTavish got into it. And
holding on Valley.
Yeah, it looked like holding, but then the official also threw a flag as he was looking back towards that little scrum that was happening near midfield. As Ignacio Macias will check into the game as Jacob Gudith will come out. So that penalty will put the Valley Tigers back at the 40-yard line.
And that would have been 4th and 5 if they would have declined it. But they accepted it there.
Valley with 4 wide receivers split out here. Ethan Stemler drops back. He's got a screen to Brooks. Caught up at 40, and he's got a lot of room to work with. Holding is going to be called. 3 flags fly in as that one is going to pick up good yardage of nearly 13 yards, but I think it's coming back, Dylan.
Yeah, Davis Ragland got horse-collared about the 45-yard line. And
everybody saw it.
Yes, everybody. He's wailing his arms around, and just, I think it's 39. Braden Johnson just was not letting go.
So that's going to be a huge loss for the Valley Tigers.
Just keep on backing them up. And they gained a yard?
Well, probably a spot foul.
Yeah.
They gained nearly 15 yards or so on the play, so.
Yeah, and one of these, those, is you keep declining. Do we anticipate they're going to go for it on 4th down? Because that would have been 4th and 9 without accepting the call.
Snap will come at 3rd down and 19 yards. Same play to Brooks as he will get to the far side of the field. He'll pick up about 12 yards, so good pickup. It'll bring up a little more manageable situation. 4th down and about 7 or 8 yards to go, and this might be the first punt we have seen all night from the Valley Tigers.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
Ball is over midfield at the 49. Gomez checking out. Yes, 4th down brought up here. 4th down and 9 at the 49. Shotgun formation for Stemler. He drops back, looking near side. He has a long throw, and it's in and out of the hands. That was a first down catch, as Valley can't complete it, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. The clock will keep counting at 3:20. A turnover on downs back to the Bobcats.
Xavier got lucky because he saw it coming up. He tried to undercut it, but he way underestimated the trajectory of the ball, and it was just a straight out drop. Bobcats getting about midfield. See if they can get another score on the board.
So 42-6 is the score, and the Bobcats, their last drive, able to go down the field, got the touchdown. It was a touchdown pass of 38 yards as they hooked up with Johan Gomez. Bobcats, a few reserves in here as Talon Halstead on the bottom side of your screen. Johan Gomez is on in the slot on the near side.
They were confused the whole way about. Jacob Hayes was looking back at Coach Goodvin for about 20 seconds of that play clock.
And I think a timeout was called before the delay of game. And so 2:32 to go in the third quarter. We'll step aside. 42-6. Tigers on top of the Bobcats on KFJB-TV. Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing him. Can he get to him? Wade throws late over the middle field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do! As we come back from timeout, Bobcats with a run with Tate Ring. He's all the way down inside the red zone. Nearly a 25-yard run right there for Tate Ring as he gets brought down just shy of the 15-yard line. As we take a look at the replay here, he just broke one tackle, and as soon as he does that, he's got room. Plus, Corey Smith helped him out right there for the long gainer.
That first block that Tyrell French just laid in and created a big hold and a quick broken tackle. Great run by Tate Ring.
It is first down and 10 at the 16-yard line, and a flag flies as I believe Valley jumped offside right there on the hard count, so they are offside. It'll be first and 5 as the ball will be inside the 15 down to the 11-yard line. So good field position for the Bobcats trying to punch in their second touchdown of the night as we approach final minute and a half here in the third quarter.
Gary Swenson cannot be very impressed with the amount of flags that his team has. And it looks like
Valley almost jumped offside. No, it's going to be a false start first. I think the left guard for the Bobcats moved a little bit early, and Michael Nervez. And so the senior will pick up the foul. And penalty will back up the Bobcats to the 16-yard line.
I still like 6'4" running between the hash marks. Really, Johan Gomez gives them quite a weapon here in the red zone.
Halstead split out to the far side of the field. Corey Smith on the bottom side. Handoff, Tate Ring tries to get outside tackle. He does, but can't slip a Valley Tiger, and he'll be brought down after a short gain of about 3 yards as we're in the final minute of the third quarter. Second potential touchdown drive for the Bobcats as you take a look at the last play.
See that, just a little bit of a hesitation, able to elude the block, pick up another about 2.5 yards. Nice run by Ring to get what he could.
Four wide receivers. The running back in Ring is in the slot on the near side. Hayes flips that ball. He'll run. He's going to be in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. It's his second reception of the night in the end zone. It's Johan Gomez. Touchdown, Bobcats. 12 points now for the Bobcats. They trail 42-12. PAT coming. Beautiful play right here.
You see the rollout here by Jacob Hayes. Johan, and it was the cut in that went with Corey Smith. The safety went with Corey Smith, and Johan Gomez was left by himself in the back corner of the end zone. Easiest catch he'll have all year.
Johan Gomez, his second touchdown reception of the night and second of the season. He came in with just one reception for 10 yards. Bobcats will go for 2. Hayes fakes the handoff, rolls out near side. He's looking for the end zone, and he's going to be brought down back at the 10-yard line. As that will be a loss for the Bobcats, as Ryan Arbab, the junior linebacker, was able to shoot in there and get the Bobcats down. No good on the 2-point conversion. It's 42-12, third quarter on KFJB-TV. Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing him. Can he get to him? Wade throws late over the middle of the field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do! Time for a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. We'll do that in a moment after the 5-star real estate group kickoff, as it is a squib kick all the way down to the 10-yard line as Valley will field it. And I think that's Head who's on the return up to midfield. And it will be, Damon Head was the return man. No, that was Brooks. Jakari Clark, the other running back as well, the junior running back, Jakari Clark. So up to midfield. Let's take a scoreboard update here. 42-12 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, but Central State Bank scoreboard update, Dylan.
For all those Spartan fans in Grundy County, Grundy Center 36, Cascade 7. Nevada, the Bears are mauling Atlantic 35-7. Waukee West 49, Ames 0, Ankeny 42, Cedar Rapids, Washington 7. And New Hampton 41, West Marshall 14.
A run near side by the Valley Tigers. Robin Brooks near side. That's going to be nearly a 10-yard gain. I think they're going to move the chains, and yes, they will, and that will do it for the third quarter. 42-12. Bobcats get a couple of touchdowns with Johan Gomez. We go to the fourth in Marshalltown, Week 9 on KFJB-TV.
How can you help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time? By ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sautéed onions, and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
(42-12) is our scores. We go to the fourth quarter as the Bobcats at home at Leonard Cole Field here tonight. First year of Leonard Cole Field play. Turf, obviously, this year, things of that nature. And, boy, I tell you what, it's been a fun year to be a part of, but, you hope that the wins will, come along eventually. But a young team, a bright future looking ahead for the Bobcats as Robin Brooks will run straight ahead, left side, and he'll pick up just a couple.
And
Bring it up second down and 8.
I think the team's a little bit like Leonard Cole Field here is, yes, we had the grand opening. It's open. You can play on it. But every week we come back, there's a new addition, a new thing happening, a new part of it completed. There'll still be more construction on the locker rooms and everything starting in the spring. And it feels like the same with this team. It's just going to continually build and get better and better over the offseason.
And the run will go for about a yard. It's third down and about 7 yards to go.
Nacho hitting the gritty there. Might not want to do that down 42-12. But you do love the energy.
Yeah,
that he
definitely
brings.
always fired up. That is for sure. .50 and counting, fourth quarter. 42-12 is the score. Low snap, and it's fumbled. Bobcats get in there, and I think that was Nick Wise who pushed the quarterback away from the football as he was trying to go for it. And Ignacio Macias, he comes out of the pile with it as the Bobcats get the football back right there. A huge play by Ignacio, and he's looking to celebrate on the big side as Owen Eaton picks him up, and the Bobcats celebrate right there.
You know, last game of the season, first half didn't go the way they wanted. You see it right here. Here he comes. High fives all around. Come, lift me up, and then he fell down.
Yeah.
He does
Not a great landing.
He does have a zeal for life.
Football is life, Dylan.
That's right.
42-12 is the score. The Bobcats, couple of Johan Gomez touchdowns in the third quarter. Tate Ring will come near side, and at the 39-yard line, he got back to the line of scrimmage but pushed back. And so second down and 10.
Valley's been really good at not allowing those bounce outs, being able to get that initial hit, and then they swarm with additional defenders. Tate really didn't have anywhere to go.
10 minutes to go here at Marshalltown High School as the Bobcats in the pistol formation. Tate Ring misdirection. They fake the handoff in the flat. They find the wide receiver and fight for a few extra yards. Bobcats will pick up about 4 yards or so right there on that pass completion as Hayes hooks up with Zach Wilder. As we've seen Zach Wilder this year, too, get more playing time as we look at the replay here.
Yeah, it's a little quick rollout, threw it right on the money, turned up to try to get as much as he could. But, yeah, Zach Wilder, usually we've called his name most notably on special teams, a few times on defense. This is the first time on offense we've called his name.
Jacob Hayes will fire deep down the near side. Corey Smith makes the catch at the 35, dragging a defender inside the 30 as he beats the man in Tate Conklin. And the junior DB just ceded a little bit of ground right there, and Corey Smith made a nice adjustment in midair to make the reception.
You just see this. It's one-on-one, a stop and go. Nice little hitch route, stop and go there by Corey Smith. Got some separation, and Jacob put up a good enough ball to give Corey a chance, and he came down with it. Big pickup for the senior.
Tate Ring in the backfield again. Hayes gives it to him this time. He'll run off of right guard, spinning out of a tackle, and finally, Three Valley Tigers are in there to make the stop as Sam Swanson, senior DB, helps clean up the pile for the tackle. It'll be a short gain, nearly about 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
And this is where you wonder a little bit, again, where it's probably better for RPI than just get your eyes on it, is for all intents and purposes, Valley dominated this game. But there's a chance that when people just look at the score late, this game's going to look a lot closer than it really was.
Misdirection, handoff near side, and down to the 25-yard line, another 2-yard gain. So manageable situation right here for the Bobcats. Third down and about 6.
Yeah, you look at this game, Jacobs completed his last 4 passes. He is 13 of 25 for 173 yards here tonight, has 2 touchdowns, does have that 1 interception at the end of the half. But really, they've done a good job moving the football in the air. Bobcats over 200 yards of total offense, but the vast majority of that is through the air.
Pistol formation, handoff near side. Tate Ring met in the backfield. Boy, good penetration by the Valley Tigers to get in the backfield on that play. And the first one getting up off the pile to make the hit, Ryan Stinson, junior defensive tackle for the Tigers. So it'll bring up a long 4th down and about 7 yards to go. And the offense will stay on the field.
In the second half, it's either been number 84 or number 17 that Jacobs look to go to. Johan Gomez not out there for this play, so I would not be surprised if it's number 17.
And it will be Corey Smith, the intended target. And boy, that one was tipped, but it's caught by Corey Smith up at the 15-yard line. That will be enough for a first down and a huge play. The wide receivers have really helped out the sophomore signal caller as Aiden Smitherman and Corey Smith now makes a beautiful catch.
You see this, that it's a little zone coverage. Jacob underthrew it a little bit, but lucky enough that Corey Smith had a great sense of balance and was able to attack the ball off the tip.
Pistol formation, Hayes calls for. Looking near side as he stared down the target. It's Corey Smith caught up at the 3-yard line of the Bobcats, deeper into the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone. As that one caught by Corey Smith on a slant route. Again, just a quick play that the sophomore is able to make.
Yeah, Corey's able to kind of get a little bit of a post. It was a slant, but it was kind of a rounded off slant, but got underneath the safety, was able to pull it in for a first down.
Hand off Tate Ring. He'll plow right ahead. Going to get his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Can't quite get there on this play as it will bring up 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line as we are under 6 minutes to go.
Bobcats have done a good job here in this second half. They haven't just packed up the tent and gone home. They've been able to run some good offense, though it's against second-team Valley defense. They've still been able to string some good plays together, good decisions, and like you said, the wide receivers have been stellar tonight.
And off Tate Ring, plows ahead, but somebody got an ankle tackle back there. And coming up and making the play is Jackson Cathcart. He was able to shoot in there off the edge and just get the feet of Tate Ring to trip him up before he was able to get any momentum towards the end zone. Might be actually a loss of about a half-yard back to the 2.
Yeah, that's always the interesting thing with that. Running out of the pistol, especially when you have those run blitzes, that you're immediately 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage and a chance to really get caught up for a negative play, as we see here in that last play.
So 3rd and goal inside the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone. A pitch out to the far side of the field. Tate Ring trying to get the edge. He'll dive for the pylon. Yes, he's in there. Touchdown. Bobcats, 4.5 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Cats strike for the 3rd touchdown of the night. It's 18 points now for the Bobcats as they trail 42-18.
He used that track speed, number 5, sprinted to the pylon. You see it out here. Gets the pitch, and a nice job by Declan Green not to get called for the block in the back there, and he was able to sneak through for 6.
And the Bobcats will keep the offense out on the field to go for 2 points. Hayes in the backfield. He's got 3 guys to his right. He's going to roll out to the far side, looking for somebody in the back of the end zone, and he'll be brought down for a sack. As it looked like that Corey Smith slipped in the back of the end zone at the tee, and the Bobcats in the end zone, and that was his option right there, and unfortunately couldn't get the 2-point conversion, so the Bobcats 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions tonight, but it's 42-18. Bobcats 18 unanswered points here in the second half with 4:30 to go in the football game on KFJB-tv.
With over 10,000 cars at our disposal, Jensen Ford...
Hold on, that's not really how we do things at Jensen Ford.
How about, it's never been a better time to buy a brand new...
Yeah, we don't really do that either. When you're ready to buy a car, we'll be ready to help.
Try this. We'll get you in and out faster than a speeding...
We don't do that either. At Jensen Ford, we'll take as much time as you need to find the right vehicle. We're not just moving cars, but we're building relationships.
Oh, maybe more of a, this is where your family buys their vehicles.
There you go. More like that.
Oh, the Brooks family harvest right there as Jeff Brooks out in the field this fall getting the job done. You know, they say A&F. That's Brooks right there. A family man and a farmer man. That is for sure. Valley Tigers with the return up to the 27-yard line as Jeff Brooks, our producer, back at the KFJB studios, helping provide scores here tonight. A scoreboard update all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan, any other scores? I'm sure some finals starting to pour in.
Yeah, we have 3 finals. Ankeny 49, Cedar Rapids, Washington 19, Solon blank South Tama 52-0. Waukee Northwest 49, Ames 7. And then Grundy Center was up big. Nevada was up big as well. And Southeast Polk was up big over Des Moines Lincoln.
Handoff goes right up the middle, and that is, I believe, Brooks with the carry. Yeah, it's Robin Brooks with the carry. Coming to the near side, he's up near the 34-yard line as he's brought down. After a gain of 6, it'll be 2nd down and 4 as the continuous running clock in the second half as the Bobcats were trailing by 35. Well, trailing by 42, but the threshold is 35 for that point cut up. A shotgun formation. And off to Brooks again as he's tied down in the backfield. One of the Bobcats had their paws on him, and that was Nacho. Ignacio Macias with the play in the backfield.
Nacho with a big play, got right in the backfield. That bulldog pit bull mentality.
Yeah.
Pushed the line of scrimmage back 3-4 yards, and he was able to make the play.
Ignacio Macias all season has been a name that we've mentioned, and just a sophomore, he'll continue to make an impact for this Bobcat defense, that is for sure. Pass up at the 43-yard line, and it is caught by the Valley Tigers, and that will move the chains as Ethan Stemler is able to put a first down together right here on this Valley drive. He threw an interception a little bit ago as Rogelio Sarin was the man who came up with the interception and later ended in a scoring drive for the Bobcats. But he's got some action here in the first half, or his second half, after we saw Drake DeGroot in the first half here tonight for the Valley Tigers. And in the backfield again, Ignacio Macias. Jakari Clark got the handoff this time. It's going to be a loss of 1. 2nd down at 11, and it just is so surprising to see Ignacio Macias, 5'8", 200.
Yeah.
But his leverage, he's able to just get underneath or pass guys. He's got sneaky, really good speed.
He's very quick, he's explosive, and he's strong. He's not big, but he's strong. And he's able to get underneath the shoulder pads, just like you said, gets great leverage. And then when he gets to the running back, he holds on. He does not miss tackles.
Valley milking the clock here with 2 minutes to go. Handoff comes near side to Jakari Clark. Gets a tackle out on the edge, and good tackle for the Bobcats out there. Coming up and making the play is Logan Hoffman. As Logan Hoffman this year, we've seen him get some playing time, couple tackles coming into this game, but right here at the end of it, good tackle for the Bobcats, but it is a first down for the Valley Tigers.
Johan Gomez got sucked inside, not setting the edge, but Logan Hoffman kept his eyes up and was able to drive through the running back. Great tackle by the sophomore.
Yeah, no kidding. That was a really good wrap-up right there. You see so many guys tackling with shoulders or bodies, and you just got to wrap up. Stop that forward momentum. So 1st and 10 after the run for the Valley Tigers. As just under 90 seconds to go here at Leonard Cole Field. Hand off again, and in the backfield, Jacob Goodett, the senior, comes up, makes the tackle after a short 2-yard gain by Robin Brooks.
Just nice job by this defensive line, been far more active. Of course, it's also with that second-string offensive line, but they've done some really nice things here in the second half. When Damon Head hasn't been out there just to punish you, they've been much more effective.
I think they're probably protecting Darius Mason. We haven't seen him a whole lot here tonight, knowing that maybe they're going to the playoffs. They want him fresh, but that is a team that can run it pretty well, that's for sure, the Valley Tigers. Might be the last play of the game here. Is going off left tackle is Brooks. Cuts it back towards the middle of the field. He's got the first down to the 31-yard line, and that just might do it here tonight at Leonard Cole Field. I'll tell you what, great second half for the Bobcats. I know it's against some of the reserves, but you put together some scoring drives, able to have some momentum, and you kept the Valley Tigers off the scoreboard here in the second half.
You really did, and also just looking at Jacob Hayes, completed his last 6 passes, which I think that's a big deal. Johan Gomez gets a couple touchdowns. Corey Smith gets 6 catches for 91 yards in his last game of high school football.
Valley will have to call one more play. There's about a 2-second difference between the game clock and the play clock.
I think they've called a timeout because the game clock is not going, but the play clock is.
All right, we'll step aside as this is Bobcat. Actually, no, they are winding the clock here and letting it roll. And I think both teams are ready to pack it in. And that will end this one here tonight. They'll line things up, and 42-18 will be our final score as the Bobcats fall to 2-7 as the Valley Tigers improve to 4-5, and they await their fates about 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Pairings for playoff football for next Friday night in Class 5A will be announced, and we'll find out if the Valley Tigers do indeed end up making the playoffs.
This is a team that has the talent to, if you're a non-metro school and you get matched up with Valley, I wouldn't be real happy because this is a team that's pretty battle-tested and is going to be one of the best 4-win teams in the state of Iowa.
Yeah, that is for sure. Both teams embracing in a post-game handshake as the Tigers take down the Bobcats tonight. We had the locker room report, all brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors. Coming up next, right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome into the Locker Room Report, all brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown. As the Bobcats fall to the Tigers 42-18, the final score here tonight. Bobcats really played a great second half. I know it was against, like we kind of mentioned just a short time ago, it was against some of the reserves here tonight, but obviously, they went out and did it. They also shut out the Tigers in the second half and scored 18 straight to end this one here tonight to end out the season.
They really did it through the air as well on the offensive side, but I thought defensively the pick from Rogelio was big, but that defensive line in the second half was quite good, led by Nacho. Ignacio Macias was definitely quite disruptive there as well. So really good effort in the second half. It would have been easy. Hey, we have 2 quarters, then season's over. Let's just roll over. Bobcats didn't do it. They played with pride, they played with heart, and they were able to execute, most notably to Johan Gomez's 2 touchdown receptions from Jacob Hayes, and then you add in some really good receptions by Corey Smith and Aiden Smitherman that showed off their athletic prowess and good hands.
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, so in the second half, the Bobcats much better than the first because in the first half, Bobcats went punt, fumble by Tate Ring, turnover on downs, a punt, and an interception. That's how their drives went in the first half, but much different in the second half after they got Valley to turn it over on an interception to begin the second half. Rogelio Sarin with an interception. Then the Bobcats got the football and took it down the field right away with a 38-yard touchdown pass from Jacob Hayes to Johan Gomez. As we look at the play here, it's just a beautiful play. And Gomez, I tell you what, he's one tough guy to bring down, even if Val was able to get to him there.
Tough guy to bring down, but then you also look very quickly his speed.
Yeah.
As he was able to pull away. That was a big deal.
So the Bobcats got on the board right there, 42-6, as the PAT was no good. It was blocked. And then with 2:45 to go in the third quarter, it was a 14-yard touchdown pass as Jacob Hayes teamed up again with Johan Gomez here.
See, again, roll out, and then when the safety went back to Corey Smith and left him wide open, Jacob kept his eyes on the money and put it right between the 8 and the 4.
Yeah, so 42-12 as the Bobcats went for a two-point conversion, not able to convert. And then near the end with 10:38 to go in the game, it was a 3-yard touchdown run by Tate Ring as he got in on this play.
Yeah, just used his speed there to hit the pylon. And there it goes.
And the two-point conversion, no good. 42-18 would be our final score. We roll along with post-game coverage here tonight as some of the seniors honored down there and a chat with their coaches after this one here tonight at Leonard Cole Field. We'll name our Bobcat player of the game, get our Lily Mae Sweet play of the game, also coming up right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Scouts in Marshalltown go on fun adventures. Scouts learn about the outdoors. Scouts learn character building. Scouts learn citizenship. Scouts learn life skills. Scouts learn to be leaders. Scouts go to fun summer camps, and Scouts get a head start in life. Marshalltown has produced over 200 Eagle Scouts in our over 70-year history and have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community. To learn more about joining Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure on!
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Pence Appliance and TV. For sales and service of everything appliance, come see the Pence team. Wayward Social. The place for bowling, games, food, and more. Wells Fargo Advisors. Marshalltown. Sports Plus. Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center. SportsPlusTherapy.com.
Welcome back into the locker room report as the Bobcats fall tonight 42-18. They now finish the season at 2-7. Valley at 4-5. It's now time to name our player of the game. All brought to you by Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill of Marshalltown. Dylan?
There's some good ones to call. You have the great time by Corey Smith. I thought Jacob Hayes played well, but really at the end of the day, I thought the two big touchdown catches in that second half, I think you have to go with Johan Gomez.
And he played great defense tonight as well.
He really was. Quite good defensively, showed a lot of hustle. And his athleticism and his size and power, he's going to be something special next year.
Yeah, that is for sure. One of the great pieces coming back for the Bobcats in the 2024 season. That is our Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill player of the game, all brought to you by Calvin Rocket in Marshalltown. Each week they award a free handheld to the Bobcat player of the game. Do want to apologize for a slip of the tongue earlier as, I went down, talked to the coaches, and wrote down phonetic spelling, and you know what? I'm not perfect, and I've never claimed to be, Dylan.
It happens live broadcast.
Yep.
Do it hour after hour. I think you do a pretty spectacular job.
We will talk with head coach Adam Goodvin coming up next, as this is the Locker Room Report on KFJB-TV.
Hey, Bobcats, this is Garrett with Calvin Rocket. I'm happy to partner up with KFJB and continue the tradition of Bobcat Player of the Week. Follow us on social media for all your Calvin favorites, news specials, and exciting news that's coming down the road. Stop on in and give us a Tribe. We're open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., and starting September 10th, we'll be open on Sundays for the start of the NFL season. We'll see you at Calvin Rocket, and go Bobcats.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
The KFJB-tv Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Back in on the Locker Room Report as Trayshawn Brooks, senior for the Bobcats, talking with his head coach in Adam Goodvin. As obviously, you know, these guys spend all week together and week in and week out and go through tough life things, you know, school or injuries, whatever it may be, losses, wins, all that stuff. And, you know, it's kind of a, you know, obviously like a brotherhood out there.
It starts in the summer, you know, it starts in the weight room, starts in drills, and then much like us where we say football season, it starts and then it's over. It's the same for these young men as well. We know these young men are going to start changing what sport they're going to play. Some it'll be basketball. Some, as they go to swim, they're actually changing their body. Going from kind of that impact sport to swimming where you have to be much more limber and everything so this is just a time of transition looking back, and for those seniors, this is for most of them be the last time they put on shoulder pads, put on a helmet.
Time for our sweet play of the game, all presented by Lily Mae Chocolates. Handmade, hand-dipped since 1939. Always open at lilymaechocolate.com. And it was Rogelio Sarin. Big play to begin the second half as he got an interception and was able to recover it and ended up being a touchdown drive for the Bobcats to get their first touchdown of the game on the board as the senior, Rogelio Sarin, goes out on top, his second pick of the season.
Really good job. I thought Rogelio had a really nice game here tonight. Tackled well, was good in coverage, and it's great to see the senior get a pick. And it's great to see all of those seniors out there together to get a pick for their final time on the big red M on Leonard Cole Field.
Yeah, good stuff. They're a great group of seniors who, players like Trayshawn Brooks. I mean, just a solid wide receiver that will be missed, and obviously over the past couple of weeks he's been missed, but obviously being down there and being a supportive part of what the Bobcats are doing.
Yeah, ton of really great kids down there. Those that we've been able to interact with through Coach's Show or just being around the program, a lot of young men that'll do a lot of great things and should be pretty proud of who they are.
We'll talk to head coach Adam Goodvin when we come back. This is the Locker Room Report. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Marshalltown YMCA is a place for everyone, no matter their age or background. We strive to create a facility that is welcoming and inviting to all. We offer a gym, 2 pools, the latest in exercise and strength training equipment, and a running track. We also offer youth and adult sports leagues, CrossFit, swim lessons, preschool and childcare, group exercise classes, and more. We're more than a gym. We're a community where friendships are made and lives are improved every day. Visit ymca-ywca.org or stop by for a tour.
Back in on the Locker Room Report, our post-game chat with Coach, all brought to you by your Marshalltown YMCA YWCA for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. 42-18, the final score, Coach. Boy, I tell you what, second half, a totally different second half, especially after Rogelio Sarin got the interception on Valley's first drive. You guys went down, got your first score. I feel like this one had to leave a good taste in your mouth at the end. I know that the team came out and really competed in the second half.
that's the one thing we told them at halftime. You guys, I mean, we didn't care what the score is. Well, this game is meant to be played, at maximum effort every single play. And we challenged them, go out there and win each play. Take it individually and win each one. If you happen to lose one, no one cares. Go win the next one. And, I'm just proud of their effort that second half and the way they responded.
Johan Gomez came in on the season, one reception for 10 yards. Couple touchdown receptions here tonight to go along with his great defensive effort. This is a guy who I feel like can do multiple things for you and do those all really well.
Yeah, he's out there playing defensive end, and then we get the ball right back, and then, we go to him, and then he tries the PAT, and then he's got to go run back down the other side of the field and kick off for us. And, he's a very talented kid, and, excited to see what we can do with him in the future.
And when you looked at that, you look at Johan Gomez, there's actually, I believe it was a touchdown run by Valley, but we were watching the replay where Johan was on the end of the line and almost was able to chase down the running back just to show his speed. And then you see that that touchdown pass, his first one just over the middle. He actually extended past him. What can you say about kind of that athleticism as you kind of look towards his year this year, but also you get him for another year?
I think the first thing that just pops in my head with that is I'm excited to get to work with him this offseason and just build off of that. What he's got right now, and that's going to be the fun part is spending a lot of time with him and then watching him compete in wrestling this winter and being able to just push him to get stronger and faster in the weight room along with everybody else.
And I thought tonight, from the amount of tough catches your wide receivers made, I know we had talked a lot throughout the year of the potential of Aiden Smitherman made 2 really sensational catches, but we wouldn't want to run past senior night without talking about number 17. Corey Smith was really good tonight. Can you speak to what he did tonight, but also just what he's meant overall?
I remember bringing Corey up as a sophomore, just because we could trust him. He's going to line up and he's going to run some pretty crisp routes, and watching his development over the past couple of years has been awesome. He's one that holds guys after practice, and they clean some things up with their route running. And, I think tonight he'll tell you one of those hitches, he came back a little too far and threw over his head. But other than that, man, his focus was pretty locked in tonight. And, we're going to miss him, but extremely proud of him.
Yeah, you could kind of go down the whole list of all the seniors on this squad that either didn't maybe play a ton last year or didn't start out the year playing last year, like Rogelio Sarin, who got his second interception of the season here tonight. But they're just a bunch of hardworking guys. What was your message to all of them here tonight?
It's tough to find the right words to say to a group of seniors after the last game every single year. But, I just told them how proud I was of them and the leadership and how they just kept coming back every single day and just giving us everything they got. That says a lot about the character that they have. And, I told the whole group, we got a bunch of just great kids. And, there was, 13 seniors. I wish we had more of those great kids out there too. But, the group we had, I'm just so proud of them and can't thank them enough.
And when you look at it, I think it says a lot. You see Trey down there the whole time, not playing there near the end, but still just a big part. And I think that says a lot to the coaching that, the kid's still around even when they are hurt. So, you don't have to, of course, tell us what you said, but what does it mean as you were hugging Trey, as you were hugging all those seniors here after the game? What does that mean to you as a coach just to be able to do that after a long season?
It is pretty meaningful, and I just specifically thinking of a guy like Michael Narvaez. He's a senior this year, and I know talking with him, there's times where he really didn't want to stick it out, and just the resiliency that he showed. And I mean, he kept showing up, and he didn't get a lot of playing time last year, and I don't know if he came off the field this year on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, things like that. That's just a thing that he's able to take with him the rest of his life. Things go bad, are you going to give up and quit, or are you going to keep your head down and get back to work? Kind of like what I tell you guys, every single week.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a reality of the situation for most kids, especially once you move out of high school, because it's, you're laying the groundwork here, I guess, is for the future.
Yeah. That's what we're trying to get through to them.
Yeah, for sure.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Preaching
It might be a little bit of a thankless job, but I know people appreciate what you do, and we do as well, knowing that, there's a lot of good kids that we get to talk to as well, and the access to the program, because it's always fun. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is, and to see the Bobcat pride in a lot of these kids out here too means a lot.
Yeah, well, we appreciate what everything that you guys have done. Obviously, it's been great for our kids, and they really enjoy it, and their families enjoy it, and we can't thank you guys enough either. This is really special that a lot of schools around our state, they don't get opportunities like this.
Yeah. Last thing I want to say is I was looking at the senior group here today, and then I was looking at the juniors. I mean, you have a loaded roster from the standpoint of guys who had a lot of playing time this year that are coming back for you. I'm sure you've got to be really excited about the future.
I am, but that's also a scary thing. But potential's not necessarily good. It's a matter of what you do with it.
Exactly.
So we'll see. We're going to be pushing them a lot and supporting them and all their other athletic events and sports that they do this off season. And at the same time, we're going to stay on them and. We're going to take a little different approach as far as the weight room and speed and all that stuff goes. But, we're looking to get faster, bigger, and stronger. And, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a lot of guys to work with, and hopefully they're ready to roll too.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for the time tonight, Coach.
Yeah, we appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Adam Goodvin, that is our post-game chat with Coach, all brought to you by your Marshalltown YMCA YWCA. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-tv.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing him. Can he get to him? Wade throws late over the middle field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do!
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Back in at Leonard Coalfield, one final time, 42-18, the final score. 2-7, the Bobcats end it. Obviously, not the record you want to end, but it is what it is. And I saw improvement, obviously, which is such a big deal. And I really do feel like. Really better days ahead for the Bobcats coming up even next season.
Yeah, a couple things that we heard even in the coach's interview. We thought that there was line improvement, but he made a mention we're going to take a different approach to speed, agility, and the strength side. And we had talked about that they knew that they weren't strong enough coming into this year to really have that focus of leadership in the offseason. I anticipate Coach will get that bigger, stronger, faster locked in. But, yeah, there was a lot of growth this year. There were some high points. That first half in Ottumwa was some of the most exciting and shocking turn of events with the touchdowns all over the place, 44 points. Last week, Des Moines-Lincoln was a great game. And then you look at the second half here, the fight the perseverance, and the execution. A really good and fun season, even with just the 2 wins.
Yeah, that is for sure. Well, Bobcats win it big tonight, 42-18, they lose as the Valley wins it big, as they're headed possibly to the playoffs. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll wake up tomorrow and hear the news.
Yeah, thanks so much to our crew here tonight. On camera, Keith Stewart, Joseph Cornwell, as he looks into the booth at us. Good job tonight, Joe. As well as our producer on site, Zach Tomish, our stat guy, and Todd Steinkamp on producer, as Jeff Brooks, our producer back at the KFJB radio studios.
A great group of guys have made year 2 of KFJB-tv a real success as we just seek to continue to be better and better, and really a shout-out to the broadcast. Has been really, really fun this year. Our 4th football season has come to an end.
For Dylan Does, I'm Brandon Lewis. Have a great rest of your Friday night. We'll talk to you in November as basketball, just right around the corner, November 21st.
Just right around the corner. We are sprinting towards it.
About a month from today. Looking forward to it. You've been watching Bobcat football, and your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Today's game on KFJB-TV was brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Farm Bureau, Agent Austin Illum, Rainbow Car Wash, Laurel Diesel Services, Ken's Transmission, 5-Star Real Estate Group, Brown's Shoe Fit, Calvin Rocket, Eppington Heating and Cooling, Lily May Chocolate, Marshalltown YMCA YWCA.